Alrighty guys, good evening, welcome in. Mark, how's it going? Destiny and Dragon, how are all of you today? We're gonna dive into some ZZZ today. Hoping to get through this story. Alright. Let's get my dailies out of the way here. So we have no distractions. How's everyone doing today? Happy Sunday? Already here. I'm gonna get this one first. Oops. Alright, but yeah, how's everyone doing today? Happy Sunday. I've got a bit of the sniffles, but I don't feel awful, so I don't think I'm sick. I'm sure it was just the fact that I was out in the cold yesterday, or maybe the fact that it's getting colder in general. Maybe I need more blankets. I don't know. Good, how about me? Doing okay. Doing okay. I got a lot of stuff done for work, so that was good. Uh-oh. Why is it on sewing? Pause craft, what? There we go. Resets in 8 hours. Clean these. Alright, are we good to go? Anyone have any questions, comments, concerns? Do not go gentle into that good night. It's an awkwardly long title there. Don't they mean like do not go gently into the night? So you got Bell and Wise. I'm guessing it's Seed and Orphe. Toodles, welcome in. How are you doing today? We're about to start the ZZZ 2.2 main story. The embers of last night still linger, spoiling the calm of a quiet dream. Again, I get a bit of sniffles today, so sometimes I might sound weird, but we're gonna keep going, pushing through the story here. Last night's ashes. Wise seems to be checking a message from someone, wearing a serious look, the kind that says, "Here comes another troublesome job." Doodles, you good? Starting to get better from the flu, so yeah. Oh no, that's good. Just been watching MOS all day and laying in bed. Y seems to have something to say. Alright, we're diving right in, guys. Y is looking over a message from someone, his face turning serious. The kind of look that says, here comes another tough job. Your proxy instincts are telling you to turn and walk away. Good timing, Val. I feel like I've heard that one before. The mayor sent a message earlier saying, give me a call when both you siblings are together. An official message from the mayor usually means something big is about to happen. Should we contact him right away? Simulated signals from city administration surge through the encrypted line. After a few seconds of whispering white noise, a familiar image and voice emerges from the audiovisual device.
Hey kids, I trust you've been well. The miasma shrouding Lemnian Hollow still hasn't cleared, and since Wi-Fi Peninsula is also a major production area for porcelain ore, I imagine the air quality there isn't so great.
Compared to the air quality issue, the air in the city isn't much better.
Isn't the spreading miasma more worrying than the air quality issue? Do you have any plans to handle it, Mr. Mayor?
A close attendant friend of mine once told me that, as a senior, it's more friendly to start with some pleasantries before diving into the main topic. But enough small talk. I'm calling about the continued threat of the miasma and the dangers still posed by the Exaltists. Miasma is a natural byproduct within the Hollows, a unique form of ether that causes more severe corruption effects than ordinary ether, producing even more powerful ethereals and sacrifices. That's nothing new to you two, Phaethon, but the miasma raging within Lemnian Hollow has far exceeded what natural seepage could produce.
It's because of the Exaltists. They've been using miasma to research and create sacrifices, which has caused miasma to spread rampantly within the Hollow.
That's right. From thwarting the Exaltists' plan to seize control of Wi-Fi Peninsula to dismantling Porcelumex, everything you've done has surely dealt a major blow to the Exaltists' influence in the region.
But the root of all Exaltist evil, to kill a snake you have to cut off the head.
But the Exaltists' actions are still harming the people of Wi-Fi Peninsula. And the miasma in Lemnian Hollow shows no sign of letting up.
Which brings me to the reason I'm troubling you both this time. The opportunity to root out that evil once and for all has finally arrived. Porcelumex's co-chief executive officer Ferox secretly allied with the Exaltists to carry out unlawful hollow experiments, seriously endangering the safety and interests of Wi-Fi Peninsula's citizens and businesses. I'll spare you all the official jargon, but in short, Porcelumex's influence and control over Wi-Fi Peninsula have been significantly restricted. But investigations and operations by the city government in Wi-Fi Peninsula are still being hindered because another major player has rolled in. A defense force unit, led by Major General Lorenz, has been deployed to Wi-Fi Peninsula over the past few days, imposing temporary military control to investigate Porcelumex and contain the Exaltist threat.
The defense force? What's with this new player showing up all of a sudden?
The Defense Force wasn't involved with the issues in Wi-Fi Peninsula before. So why'd they show up now?
Wi-Fi Peninsula is a key porcelain production area after all, and has always been a highly contested prize amongst the city's various official powers. Besides protecting the city, everyone is eager to claim a bigger share of the wealth and influence it provides. Major General Lorenz is no easygoing man. Ruthless would be the mildest way to describe him when it comes to achieving his goals. According to my sources, he has a close personal relationship with Porcelumex's other co-chief executive officer, Lucro, and the two often work together. With Ferox's downfall, Lucro secured Lorenz's support by offering him a share of Wi-Fi Peninsula's interests. Having the backing of a Defense Force Major General would greatly benefit his dealings within TOPS.
Okay.
Sounds like a power struggle between TOPS and the Defense Force. But where exactly is this opportunity to take out the Exaltist remnants?
According to the action plan the Defense Force submitted to the city, eradicate the Exaltists sits at the top of their agenda. That's also their most legitimate reason for deploying to Wi-Fi Peninsula. Of course, I don't believe Lorenz is only there to dutifully protect the city, but with Porcelumex and the Defense Force already muddying the waters, a heavy-handed move by the municipal government could turn the conflict into a turf war over interests. I won't pretend I'm above it all, but I I do believe that protecting the citizens' safety is more important than short-term gains. That's why neither the city government nor Yunquei Summit can act directly this time. But for you, Phaethon,
It's time for the protagonist to take the stage.
Yes, Phaethon. A legend among proxies. An outlaw of the underground. The last disciple of a secret research institute. Mayor Mayflower's wondrous right hand. The one who saved the Void Hunter from the brink of collapse. It's my time to shine again, right?
to be honest, I won't need all those people helping me. But you're right. It's time for the protagonist to take the stage. I spotted the name Oval Squad on the Defense Forces unit roster. I've heard of their past exploits.
Hiya,
Some of
papaya!
their members have had
Hiya,
both
papaya.
professional and personal dealings with you. I believe they could be a trustworthy source of support.
Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. How's everyone doing today? We're going through the Zenless Zone Zero 2.2 main story right now.
Their commanding officer this time is Miss Isolda, who worked with you during the investigation into the Exaltists in Porcelumex. I assume you're already well acquainted with her.
So we'll be taking part in the operation against the Exaltists as proxies working with the Defense Force?
Exactly. But the title proxy won't fly in the Defense Force's operational report. You'll be introduced as Special Holotech Advisors and the Mayor's Special Envoy for Military Operations during your visit with the Defense Force. Sorry, official organizations do love to make up long and difficult-to-remember titles, but sometimes those titles can come in handy. Though I have to say, the ones you came up with a moment ago did sound a lot cooler.
Let me catch up with chat real quick. Let's see, Doodle says it's either the flu or mono, but I don't care either way. I'm getting as long as you're feeling better and getting better. That's the important thing. No image yet. It's sound only. He probably has like some like funny like picture or avatar. Don't know his face by the source coded. They took complaints of 2.0, start fixing 2.1, fully finished 2.2. We don't need the momentum again. Kind of says good luck. Well, all this stuff has been planned out like months in advance. So even if it seems like, oh, they fixed the problems in the previous updates right away, most likely they already had this all planned out and they were sticking to that plan. So it's not so much that they were reacting to fan complaints as so much as like they were well aware that like when they made the first part, it was lacking in certain areas, and they made sure ahead of time to make sure that was good in like the second part and the third part and so on. So it's just a little gremlin. One of the directors for ZZZ at home. Oh, nice. Interesting. Yeah. 2.2 is such a wild ride. Yeah, we'll see how it goes here. About the intel on our teacher, there's still no lead on our teacher yet.
By the way, we came across a few scattered clues about our teacher in the last mission, but we still didn't make any real headway.
There's still no solid intel on Miss Carol Arna, but within the limits permitted by the Defense Force, you're still free to pursue her whereabouts as you see fit. I've already informed the Defense Force and Miss Isolda in advance. The specific plans and arrangements will be up to you two to discuss with Isolda and Oval Squad. Well, I have official duties to attend to, and you both have an important mission ahead, so let's keep it brief. Once again, I wish you the best of luck.
Oh, I have to read it. Taking down the Exaltus. Oh, what's going on? Burn it, a fan. Thank you for the redeem. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing today? Let's see. Get a message. It says the one I met is the owner of the studio that records the dub. Oh, nice. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know anyone at Hoyoverse because they got into the game a little later compared to like when I worked in the industry. I was focused more on Japanese and American companies, so Hoyoverse wasn't on my radar yet. Oh, hang on. I had a coworker just message me. Let me send them something real quick. Missed stream yesterday. Oh, no worries, no worries. I you were busy streaming yourself, so yeah, guys. Make sure you guys go follow Bernadette Fan on TikTok. They were working on some new drawings. There we go. All right. But yeah, how's everyone doing today? Bernadette fan, what you up to? Let's see, taking down the Exaltus, the defense force. Looks like this job won't be easy. Hope we don't run into any trouble. Hope we don't run into any annoying people. Yeah, we're doing the 2.2 main story. Let's see, but hey, we get to team up with Opal Squad again. Soldier 11 and Trigger will be happy to see you too, right, Belle? And of course, a couple of new acquaintances we've crossed paths with before. But before heading out, maybe we should let Ishwen, Shifu, and the others know. Yeah, we did run into and meet Seed, I guess technically Seed Jr., and Orphe on the last, during the last update, briefly, but. It's Ishwen. Take a look at our chair. Okay. I've been expecting you, Belle. Don't give me that Ishwen Shifu is all-knowing look. I only knew because your mayor contacted me in advance. Seems that really is why you're here. Inkoi Summit is on good terms with the mayor, so we can't get directly involved in Defense Force affairs, which means I have no choice but to send my talented student. I won't bring shame to the sect. Leave it to your disciple. Shaming the sect is the least of your worries. The Exaltus play dirty, and the Defense Force throws its weight around. You're neither skilled enough nor strong enough to deal with either of them alone. That's why you have to act with the utmost caution. Your own safety has to come first before you try to help anyone else. Alright, Swabian Temple isn't going anywhere. Get a good night's rest here tonight, and then go take care of what you need to do. Remember, if you get into any trouble out there, just give them your Shifu's name. Carefully calibrate the HDD device in Swabian Temple's inner chamber, then spend some time chatting with your senior brothers and sisters. Before you realize it, night has already fallen. Alright, let me check the Discord real quick. Hey, nice. Got some. That's from Despicable Me, right? I've only seen it, I think, one. Like, not even the whole movie. I think I've seen it once. Talk to Wise one more time before going to bed. The Defense Force sent word. We're meeting up with the Opal Squad tomorrow morning. The coordinates are in the Lemnian Hollow. Meeting in the Hollow? Is this how the military does things? That's right. The Defense Force wants us to link up with Opal Squad during the operation. Afterward, we're to return to their base together. Supposedly, it's meant to help us work more smoothly with Opal Squad and to test our capabilities as the Mayor's special envoys. I spent the whole afternoon tuning the HDD device. It's pretty much done. You should take it easy and rest up for tomorrow's operation. Go to sleep. Let's see. I'll get set up to where you can see what I am drawing. Yeah, that'd be kind of fun. People see it as it's like being created at some point. Yeah. See, for me, I have like this overhead camera, but it's attached to this like big like extender arm to hold it. It's kind of awkward. I mean, obviously you don't see any of that on camera, but if you were to see my actual setup. Do not go gentle into that good night. S2 chapter 3. In a dream made from electric impulses and numerical signals in Magus's memory. Orphe. Beery, no worries.
The Hollow hit City Center out of nowhere. Without support from the Obsidian Division, they won't hold for long.
I knew you couldn't count on Helios's warning systems.
Doesn't matter. We've seen worse, haven't we?
The track we're guarding this time is a key route for evacuating civilians and transporting aid. This is our last line of defense. The civilians are right behind us. We must hold the line.
Magus, you're late today?
You never miss Captain's pep talk.
Let me guess. You were off doing last-minute gear checks for us. Still, they've got a point. Tardiness is unacceptable, soldier.
Obsidian Division. Agamemnon Squad assembled.
Obsidian Division. Agamemnon Squad. Requesting backup. Obsidian Division. Agamemnon Squad. Requesting backup.
Rip.
Fall back, Orpheus.
Fall back. No. No. We have to kill it. Whatever it takes.
So
Get back.
Orpheus.
I'm from Yunkoi Summit. We'll
Oh, it's
hold
your
the
sister.
line from here. You can fall back now, comrades.
Everyone. We can still save them. And the civilians, they're right behind us. We can't back down. We cannot fall back.
So, is this the end?
Huh?
Revenge. Against what? The Hollow? Against everything. I've already lost everything.
Captain? Captain Magus? Nagus? Nagus, were you dreaming again?
Intelligent constructs don't dream. It was just leftover cache fragments tucked away deep in my memory module.
So, were you dreaming about the past again?
It's a good thing you gave up your studies at the Meta School to enlist, Orphe.
What can I say? My brain can be a bit slow at times. Anyway, Magus, you talk in your sleep all the time.
I don't sleep. It's a self-diagnostic mode. And I've told you before, use my proper title while on duty. And stop eavesdropping on me.
Yes, Captain Magus! I swear, I'll never listen to you sleep talking again. But given how you're always right behind me, it's kind of hard not to overhear.
It's not sleep talking. It's echoes of residual signals from the vocal module during self-diagnostic mode.
Yes, Captain Magus. I swear, I'll never eavesdrop on your, whatever that was during self-diagnostic mode again.
Still, it's strange. I actually overslept today. I mean, my self-diagnostic ran longer than expected. It feels like some kind of bad omen.
Are intelligent constructs superstitious too?
Well, I am just like you. An idiot who dropped out of school to join the military. Superstition is the only knowledge I've got that I can actually rely on. Enough breakfast chit-chat. Time to get ready for this morning's operational briefing, Orphe.
Yes, Captain Magus.
Let's see. Captain Magus, squad member Orphe, been waiting here for you. It's Trigger. We tried a temple for Trigger yesterday, but we didn't get them though. We got Nicole to East or M6 though. You left the sniper to wait here all alone. That's not how an assault trooper should operate, Orphe. But weren't you the one who woke up too late? I told you that was an unnecessary system check and maintenance. Now, getting into a position early to cover their squad mates is part of a sniper's job too, isn't it? Let's head to the operation briefing before the colonel decides or scolds before the colonel scolds everyone in Oval Squad for being late. Bum, bum. Go talk to Trigger and Seed. Oval Squad, assemble. Salute Captain Magus, whatever. Even after all this time, Soldier 11 has remained disciplined and focused. That's what you call a model soldier. Huh? Aren't I a model soldier? You see, you're a soldier too. If you join the Scout Seat, you're definitely an honorary Scout. Feel like there's a memory somewhere in my past. Something about being in the Scouts. There's another example A quest where I started kind of disliking them, or a character I started disliking them, but I ended up really liking them. Interesting. We're busy taking care of Senior. I'd absolutely be an honored member. Captain, we got about 12 or 13 push-ups worth of time before we'll wait for the operation briefing, depending on whether we're doing them one-handed or two. Alright. Isolde. The members of Obel Squad are gathered around the command table.
Good morning, everyone. Today's briefing is to discuss the tactical details for the raid on the Exaltis stronghold. Thanks to previous infiltration ops and documents from Porcelumex, we've gathered intel on several key Exaltis communication hubs within the Hollow. However, we still need more detailed intel on the exact location of their headquarters and the distribution of their personnel. Therefore, before the main force advances into the Hollow to launch a full sweep, we will deploy several elite squads to their comms outposts within the Hollow for recon. The first shot of this battle will be fired by Obel. The results you achieve will be critical to the success of the operations that follow.
Leave it to me, Isolde.
Captain Magus, remember to use proper ranks during operations.
Yes, ma'am. After all these years, it's not like you don't know my bad habits.
Magus? Captain, you were the one lecturing me about that just this morning.
After all this time, we finally get to fight side by side again, Isolde. Colonel.
Ma'am, I heard for this operation, a special envoy from the city government will be assisting Obel Squad. Is that confirmed?
Yeah, Trigger was just telling me we've got a super capable and trustworthy friend coming to work with us.
Trigger is right. There will indeed be a guest from the city government joining us as a technical advisor to assist Obel Squad in the operation. Per the agreed arrangements, our guest will meet you all inside the Hollow. The Exaltists have long plagued Wi-Fi Peninsula. Obsidian Division's mission is simple. Eliminate the source of this chaos once and for all. Their repeated failures have cost them dearly. Our task now is to eliminate the remaining stragglers and strike directly at their headquarters. We have obtained intel on multiple enemy strongholds. You will be deployed as scouts. Your objective is to investigate and pinpoint the enemy's main base. Split Squad will handle the frontal assault. You will also rendezvous with the technical advisor dispatched by the mayor and assist them in securing the key data. Aegis Squad, you will strike the enemy from the air, providing firepower and intel support for all units on the ground. Operation codename Blitz and Aegis. Obel Squad, gear up and get ready!
Let's go.
Obel Squad reporting in. We are at the target hollow.
Blitz Squad in position.
Agent Squad, report your position. Do you copy?
Copy, Captain Magus. Agent reporting in.
We're en route with the chopper. ETA 20 minutes. Landing at Blitz Squad's 3 o'clock.
Primary objective, rendezvous with the mayor's envoy.
Must be someone pretty important if they've got Obel Squad handling the pickup.
They're very powerful, but also a very nice person.
Oh, so what sort of person are they exactly?
Let's save the chit-chat for after the mission. Stay focused on the battle. The envoy and escort team are inside the building up ahead.
By the way, why are we meeting inside the Hollow?
Captain Magus is all about action. She prefers getting to know our partners in live
Can I
combat
go there?
scenarios rather than listening to someone introduce them.
Oh.
At least, that's what Colonel Isolde said.
You're making me sound like I'm some unreasonable, clueless kid or something.
Really? I just hope the captain doesn't end up chewing out the envoy later.
Okay.
Is it my turn to fight?
Captain, put me in. I'm ready.
I guess we can just do that.
We've successfully rendezvoused with the target. Now, let me take a look at Colonel Isolde's intel report. Captain Magus, this is the Special Hollow Technology Consultant, the Mayor's Special Envoy for Military Operations, as well as the...
Wait, didn't Isolde say there was only one target? How many people are we talking about here?
Some long titles, just call me Lord Phaethon.
Hey everyone, forget the titles. Why don't you all just call me Proxy? So this is the amazing Miss Phaethon that Trigger and Soldier 11 were talking about. Turns out you're actually pretty down to earth.
I know who you are. You must be the infamous Phaethon they mentioned, right?
Trigger was definitely talking about the renowned Miss Phaethon.
Usually, only heroic characters are described as renowned. For villains, it would be...
If the other side is a villain, then working with them means we're on the side of villains too.
To be honest, I'm still a little uneasy about having a proxy join up with Obel Squad. I'm an old-timer who plays by the rules. No dramatic backstory, no need for wild adventures like the younger ones. So I've rarely had dealings with anyone outside the military. Especially someone from, well, the underworld, like you.
You're from the underworld, this sounds pretty cool.
A hero working from the dark side, protecting the city in secret. I have to admit, that sounds pretty cool.
Sure, I've heard stories of your accomplishments, but don't mistake that for me seeing you as a hero. Everyone walking the city has their own purpose, especially someone with a complicated background like you. But I hope your goals won't interfere with Obel's mission, or violate the Defense Force's principles. Otherwise...
Char, welcome in. How you doing today? We're doing the ZZZ 2.2 story. So I'm trying to see what references there are, if any.
Are genuinely just, and your aim is to protect others, then I'd say we're on the same side.
How you doing today?
I hope so.
Whether I'm a villain or a hero, let's keep our focus on the mission. After all, we're still deep inside the Hollow, surrounded by Exaltists.
Regardless of your position, if you get things done, that's not bad in my book.
Next, I'll briefly outline the mission objectives and explain the role that Phaethon will play in this operation. As an expert Hollow guide, or a proxy, Phaethon will use the current map intel and Hollow data to chart the most efficient route for us, Obel Squad. At the same time, we'll provide cover for Phaethon as the proxy collects Hollow data and monitors the changes and activity of the miasma.
We've got plenty of trained scouts in the military. Can a proxy with no combat experience really handle such an operation?
Captain Magus, according to the intel report and squad member accounts, the proxy has combat experience working alongside Trigger and Soldier 11. Sharper, more precise, and more perceptive than any scout. That's how Soldier 11 described the proxy. I don't think we've ever seen anyone who's earned the approval of both Trigger and Soldier 11 outside of our own squad members.
If no other squad members or Isolde have any objections. That wraps up the mission briefing. Don't fall behind, Proxy.
Alright, let me catch up with chat. The player here somehow Trying to speedrun to the current patch, but got locked up until and unable to do Shepard's Quest Saga. I passed level 30. You have to do the I can't show you from here, or can I? Hold on. If you go to Intranauts, I don't think it's here. If you go to the Intranet level, you should be able to see like the different check marks and like, oops. Yeah, so you can see you have to level 30 for any character. It says complete the rank up mission to raise the level cap. Yeah, so you need to do the rank up mission. Rank up mission. So if you go here, you can just go straight to it wherever it's located. So I was really amping up the dramatics today. What characters do you kind of have right now? Investigate the base.
There are more enemies than we expected.
Agent Squad, report your status. Agent Squad, come in.
The enemy reinforcements just keep coming.
Split Squad is pinned down. Agent
Seed
Squad, do you
icons as
copy?
well. Okay. Congrats on getting a seed, at least.
Enemy reinforcements.
Because we know that they're a limited character at the moment.
Agent Squad.
Seed and the others should be okay, right? The fastest way to get comms back is to disable the nearby jamming devices. Feels like the miasma around us is getting thicker. Ether activity is rising around us. Watch out for stronger enemies.
Tactical strategy. Torture!
Roger! Well done.
Here we go.
We're circling right above the enemy, Captain.
Searching for the mission target.
Now I have to play a seed. Yeah, seed, Lycon, Soldier 11. Yeah, Soldier 11 is really good for standard. Lycon's really good for standard as well. And seed out here is fantastic. Or we didn't get seed, but we might try to go for Evelyn in phase 2. And then go from there.
Aegis Squad has reached the LZ. Blitz Squad, do you copy? Comms seem to be jammed. Is Seed Senior's comm system still working?
No, the speaker's all buzzy with static.
Let's clear the nearby enemies first, then regroup with the captain ASAP.
Sweet.
I wonder if the proxy, the envoy and the captain have met up safely.
Initiating devastating strike.
What do you think Vivian's gonna next? Hold on. I gotta check the calendar.
The area's all clear now. All those annoying pests. Good riddance.
Come in, Blitz Squad. Do you copy?
Seems that annoying signal interference is still floating around in the air.
The enemy control room is just ahead. It's packed with communications gear.
Alright, what do you think Vivian's gonna next? Let me check the calendar. Check that. I don't think you have made ZZZ predictions. Not on the list, but I can kind of start a maybe sort of guess. At least in terms of around when. I don't know if I can tell you exactly like what the banner pairings would be, like who would run alongside Vivian, but because it's most likely someone new that we don't know yet, or maybe we've met them briefly, but yeah. Let's see, Vivian ran in April in 1.7. So we're getting close to a year. Because their banner ended May 6th.
Let's finish this in one go.
So they are due for a rerun. The problem is, as far as characters that haven't rerun yet, they still have yet to do Haramasa, who was way before all the others. Then we also have Anby, who ran like 6 weeks before Vivian did, and Hugo. Drinker Heart, welcome in. How you doing today? And Charlotte, welcome in. How are both of you today? We're just checking when some reruns may or may not eventually run in ZZZ. So if I had to guess, I would say Anby's before Vivian. So let's see where that would put us. Well, remember, we don't know the reruns for 2.3 yet. We'll find out on the special program, which is on October 3rd. Wait, is that right? Yeah. October 3rd, we'll get the special program for 2.3. So Harumasa and Anby could run, which means I would expect Vivian to be 2.5 maybe. Hi, Papaya! Serena, welcome in. Thank you for the raid. How's it doing? I think you had a birthday recently. Happy belated birthday. Hope you're doing well. Let me give you a shout out. I don't think we have any mods in here because they're all trying to avoid spoilers. How are you doing today? I've been dead tired all weekend because we hosted a Marshman competition, and it was a long day yesterday. Longer than I thought it would be because we had less bands than normal. But let's see, I'm doing good. So hyped for that new Hoyo game coming out. Oh, the Pokemon one. I'm not sold on like the actual Pokemon, like the actual creature designs yet, but the characters in the world look pretty cool. But yeah, no, I'm trying to get this new story in ZZZ done, 2.2, so it's out of the way, and I can focus all my attention this coming week on Genshin for Nod Cry. Like, I'm so hyped for Nod Cry. I've been trying to predict all the Nod Cry banners for the next year. Let me see here. Charlotte's doing pretty well. 3 out of 4 LA-based teams won their games today. I'm glad to report that the oat milk worked well in my team. Oh, nice. How did the Dodgers do today? Better than... Didn't they recently like blow a no-hitter or something? What do you play on? I play on an iPad Pro, an M4 iPad Pro, with a Switch Pro controller. Switch 1 Pro controller. I use my Switch 2 Pro controller for my Switch 2. Let's see here. Pre-Start 2, yeah. Next up on my plant-based routes, dairy-free schmear. I haven't had dinner yet, so I'm sorry. Oh, no worries, no worries. Yeah, I usually have dinner before stream. I just won 5-2 today, but we ultimately lost the series in Baltimore. Right, but I mean, as long as you can take one back, that's always good. You know? Alright, where was I? Control panel. On the jammer switch. I'll turn it off. As the switch flips down, the hum of a machine somewhere in the comms room comes to a halt.
Aegis Squad, come in!
Oh, shoot.
Aegis reporting in! We read you loud and clear, Captain!
We just shut down the enemy's jamming equipment.
More ethereals keep emerging from the miasma!
They sure have a large reserve of miasma.
Aegis Squad, are there
that was a
any
delayed
ether
attack.
transmission terminals inside the control room?
Roger. New objective. Shut down the ether
Like with the Seeds attack animation, I can't even tell what the heck's going on. Okay, that's getting annoying.
can't really control my strength.
Support is here. Ether vision activate.
Alright, catch up again. Didn't know you could do that. Oh yeah. So yeah, because I play on my my M4 iPad Pro for all the Hoyo games. Because it's very powerful. I mean, I have an M1 Max MacBook Pro, which I'm sure could handle it as well. But it's nice being able to play it on my iPad Pro on the go as well. I mean, I prefer playing on a controller, so I have to bring that along if I wanted to. But it's nice offloading the game onto this device, and then just capturing it onto my computer, so it doesn't like slow down the computer when I'm trying to stream. Rams beat the Texans, Sparks beat the Wings. Only Angel City lost. Okay. Well, 3 out of 4. 3 out of 4. It's the switch link to the Ether transmission device. Successful decryption signal flashes from Seed Senior's data port, and the once turbulent Ether in the transmission system grows still. But yeah, I play all. Hang on.
In position.
Thanks, Trigger.
The Ether transmission system has been shut down.
Great! That cuts off the supply of miasma.
Next, we eliminate. Blitz Squad has finished clearing out the remaining enemies.
That was quick.
Roger. Aegis Squad has successfully secured a data copy from the control room.
Excellent. That about does it for our recon objectives. Meet up at the target location.
Copy that. Aegis out.
Anyway, so what I was saying, so I play on an M4 iPad Pro with a Switch Pro controller. I do have all 3 games on my phone in case I'm like somewhere where I don't have access to my iPad or my controller, and I want to still like catch up on like dailies or something like that. So I do have all 3 on my phone, and I have tried, because I think Star Rail and ZZZ are both out for Apple Vision Pro. So I tried. I know I tried Star Rail on my Apple Vision Pro, but I haven't really played much on there, so I mostly play on my iPad. Let's see here.
Those things look like coffins. They're kind of creepy.
What's a coffin?
It's a thing where people are laid to rest.
Laid to rest? Oh, you mean like Seed Senior?
What was I saying? I am hoping though that they eventually all come to Switch 2, so I can just play that on the go. Because I do prefer having like a controller for stuff. Yes, you're right. I was 1 out away from a no-hitter last night, but anyways, that one pear-shaped the moment the news broke. Yeah. Almost exactly the same thing happened during another Dodgers game that Yamamoto started earlier in the season. It was a home game versus the Padres, and there was a blur before the first pitch. The red no-hitter alert. Ah, see, that's why people always believe in like superstitions, because like, oh, don't say it, don't really acknowledge it. Padres got a home run that first pitch. This is an Ether this is an Ether research device built by Porcelumix. Alice calls it an Obscura. Obscura. That was in the report we handed over to the Commander Isolde. Are these just regular Ether research equipment? I doubt it's just that simple. Anything tied to the Exaltus is bound to be suspicious. I felt something ominous too. Are you saying the Defense Force? Are you saying the Defense Force has some information on it? You'll get that intel when you need to know. For now, let's keep moving. What a difficult person to work with. Don't be discouraged, Miss Special Envoy. I've been around the captain for a while and still think. Keep moving. Don't say nothing. You're gonna jinx it. See, I don't. Yeah, I don't believe in like superstitions or anything like that. But I will admit that like, as soon as you acknowledge it and the possibility it could happen, then it like subconsciously or even consciously just kind of starts to weigh on your nerves and all that. Just get too. Ooh, Bang Boo workbench. Take a little detour here, chat. Because why not? You know I don't really like these levels.
Tapped the unknown device. Now analyzing.
Oh, I feel like we're in like near
Network communication structure detected.
These devices are interconnected, probably forming part of a larger equipment array. By cracking part of the data, we can locate the other devices.
Looks like Proxy's quite the skilled hacker.
You're amazing, Proxy!
You're not secretly hacking into my brain while I'm asleep, are you?
Hey, come on. I'm a professional. I have standards.
Communication structure analysis, 50% complete.
Did the Bears play today? I don't know. Oh no! Oh, I almost fell. Clear. No, after yesterday and like the long day, I just slept in as much as I could, and then after that, I had to basically get some work done for March May. Like we take the video footage from yesterday's performance for our group, and then we basically just kind of overlay. So we have drone footage, and then we overlay what our drill is supposed to be like, and that gives us kind of like a video that we can. It's like you know when sports teams do a video review, it's like the same thing, but we do it for our marching band drill. Meet up with the Aegis Squad.
Those are ether reactors made by Porcelumex. Not gonna lie, they look pretty ominous.
Porcelumex? That's the company working with the Exaltists, right?
Not everyone in the company is bad. Hopefully.
Even if they're not all bad, plenty still played a part in this.
That might be true. But most ordinary employees were probably acting under pressure or coercion, right?
And what about you? Were you forced or pressured into becoming a proxy?
Right, stacked obstacles. These obstacles are blocking Aegis Squad's path to our rendezvous point. Let's clear them while we wait for them. Yes, Captain Magus.
This is the only route Blitz Squad can take.
The mission went without a hitch. Great work, everyone.
And thanks to the envoy for all her hard work, too. You were also amazing in battle. I was just doing my duty.
Let's see, speaking of Chicago, I'm considering doing my undergrad there. Oh, nice. DePaul's the theater school. It's the least expensive of the drama schools I looked into. The only downside is it's still rather a world away from the city I love most, which is Los Angeles. I mean, we have multiple airports, some of which are among the busiest in the country and the world. So I think Chicago to LAX is probably my most common route that I fly. Like, in addition to the whole feet thing here for Seed, I also don't really like her, like the way she, like her vocal, like I don't know what to say, how to call it, the way she talks. It's very, it feels very forced.
After I get back,
Doesn't require a car to get around. Subways and buses are still available in the city. Yeah.
in the cockpit.
We got the L. But that's mostly just for the loop.
See, you've met them before.
Oh, it's you, Proxy.
What feels forced? The way Seed's voice, the way she talks. It's like she's trying to talk with like a baby voice. LA, however, doesn't have that except for certain areas. Yeah, no, yeah. Like every time I go to LA, like it's well laid out, but it's all like spread out. You know what I mean? So it takes forever to get anywhere. Whereas Chicago, we've expanded upwards. Let's see. You are the pilot of this mech.
You're Seed, right? It's been a while. We met briefly during the Porcelumex investigation.
I remember. Oh, Seed Senior says he remembers too. Shh, he's asleep right now, so he can't talk to you himself. But according to Seed Senior, you're someone who can be trusted. Someone worth trusting. Well, to be honest, it was Trigger and Soldier 11 who told Seed Senior first. And then Seed Senior told me.
As I mentioned, LA traffic is infamously abysmal. It's one of the only two things I don't like about the City of Angels. 405?
Seed Senior? Is that the name of your mech?
He's not a mech. Seed Senior is an intelligent construct, totally different from exoskeleton-based vehicles like mechs. You carry the same scent as me, Proxy. You must be quite knowledgeable in this field. Did you attend classes properly back in school, Proxy?
Strictly speaking?
Strictly speaking, I never really went to a typical school.
Sounds like a lie.
You two have quite a unique way of talking.
You're not much better, Soldier 11. Not the 4-5, the 5. Strictly speaking, yeah.
The Defense Force, or rather Obel Squad's comms channel, always seems to be tuned to a pretty unusual frequency.
Birds of a feather flock together, as they say.
The Proxy wasn't complimenting us, Soldier 11. You dummy.
Being able to tune into both Seeds and Soldier 11's wavelength at the same time. I have to say, you really are something special.
Wavelength? Are Seed and Soldier 11 intelligent constructs too?
Still, winning over these girls might be easy. But as the commanding officer, I have to assess you with the utmost caution. All right, everyone, that's enough chit-chat. Let's not forget, we're still in the middle of a battlefield here. Although we've tracked down the Exaltists' communication outpost, it seems all that's left are supplies they didn't have time to evacuate with. We came up empty on both the location of the Exaltists' main base and the research data you were looking for, Proxy.
Leave it to me. Time for the Proxy's magic to shine.
The most efficient way to move such a large amount of supplies in a short time would be through spatial fissures. The Exaltists have been operating in Lemnian Hollow for a long time. They must have access to fissure coordinates that the Defense Force doesn't know about. But no one knows the labyrinths of hollows better than Phaethon.
Phaethon's skills are like magic. Sounds way more impressive than a carrot.
Sounds pretty mysterious. Anyway, you're confident you can catch up with them, right?
That won't be, they won't be able to escape. I'm Phaethon after all.
I got this.
Oh, snap.
Inside those devices, those are all sacrifices?
Seed, confirm the number of enemies.
Locking onto hostile targets. There's 8 in total. Good job. 6. 5. 2. 1. Now we're all clear.
Obel Squad. All enemies eliminated.
Dang. Amid the thunder stomps of heavy machinery and shrill, hysterical screams, Seed brings in the Exaltus captives. It's probably feasible to reach LA. Oh, hang on.
The rambling old man is a little Seed's trophy.
The final sacrifice is about to begin. How can swirling dust compete with a blazing fire?
Do all the Exaltists talk like this? It's really hard to understand.
Seed, make him shut up.
Foolish unbelievers!
Hey, Seed Senior, you've got to be careful with how you treat prisoners.
They've done more than enough harm. Being gentle isn't exactly a priority.
Alright, now let me catch up. It's probably feasible to reach away from Chicago if you stick to Route 66. Connects two cities with several. But I mean, Route 66 isn't really a thing anymore. At least the original like route is not. Like the original like roads are long gone, and long retired. Now that being said, there are some roads that like they'll still have signs saying like, you know, it follows the historic Route 66. But, like for example, here in Chicago, like all the roads that were Route 66 are gone. The closest thing right now, I believe, is 55. But then I can't remember where that goes to, and then what then the next replacement would be. Let's see. That's how the Exaltists operate. Why am I watching this? I haven't started this. Oh, okay, yeah. I'm trying to finish this. I'm trying to finish the 2.2 story before Nod Cry drops, so that we can focus just on Nod Cry once that happens. So we can do Nod Cry's story, like the Archon quest, and then we can do some exploration in the areas and hopefully get all the pulls we can before hopefully Varessa and Columbina and Escoffier and Farina. Alright, anyway, that's how the Exaltus operates.
What sets these Exaltists apart from typical villains is their fanatical devotion to the Creator. That often drives them to act unpredictably. Even if they act in the shadows without rhyme or reason, the miasma remains essential to them. If we follow that trail, it could very well be the weakness that brings them down.
These so-called fanatics are nothing more than villains who treat ether as a deadly poison corrupting new Eridu, aiding and abetting its destruction. Let's see if they stay so devoted when confronted with 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military grade high energy lasers.
Calm down, Captain Magus. Don't you dare with that update. Incidentally, Route 66 was the first Jad standard I ever performed live. My favorite like recorded version of it is actually not the original. If you ever listen to the Cheetah Girls version, that's probably my favorite recorded version of it. But yeah, and regarding that update, Rendetta fan, my Prima Gems would love for me to be wrong. Let's put it that way. I would love to not be right, but all signs point to that being Luna 3.
Calm down, Captain Magus. As vile as the Exaltists are, not every member is guilty. Many innocent civilians were deceived into joining. In other words, not every Exaltist member deserves to be met with 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military grade high energy lasers.
We've hardly caught anyone yet, and you're already defending them? I know how to throw around grand quotes too. Like no snowflake in an avalanche ever feels responsible. You're awfully sympathetic towards these scumbags. Perhaps because you're one of them.
Enough! Captain Magus, I'm pretty sure your remarks have already exceeded the boundaries set by Commander Isolde's temporary protocol for addressing Phaethon. Specifically, the section designated for Magus.
There's a specific section.
How come no one told me about it?
Don't speak harshly to your squad mates, and don't say anything that kills morale. That's what you taught us, Captain Magus.
I don't consider them a comrade. At least not yet.
I've heard parts of their version, but the one that sticks out to me most is John Mayer's, which is technically a more amped up version of Chuck Berry's. Yeah, I'm well familiar with the Chuck Berry version, but no, I really like the Cheetah Girls version. Which what was that for? I feel like maybe it was like their way of promoting Cars, like the movie Cars. I don't know. I can't remember for sure. Like I'm like 70% sure that they were just doing a cover version so it could be on like the Cars soundtrack. But I feel like wasn't that what that other song. What's that other like? What is the other song? It's on the like I can like almost hear it. Hold on. Okay, no worries, Brenda. Yeah, if you haven't done this yet. Hey, Weeb, welcome in. We're doing the 2.2 story, but I'm also trying to remember a song that I think was on the car soundtrack as a cover. Life is a highway. That one. So Life is a Highway. I can't remember who did the cover. Rascal Flatts. I had to double check. It may also have been for a Radio Disney compilation. Remember Radio Disney? Yeah. I mean, maybe, but usually when they do those covers, it's specifically so that it's like to help promote one of their movies, and then they take a bunch of these covers and put them on a like a Radio Disney. What were the names of their compilation? It was like it's like Jams or something. Radio Disney Jams. I can't remember. Finish the story. Nice. Yeah, we're going through as quickly as we can. How hard is making up work in college? Because I remember it being hell in high school. You'll be fine. You got plenty of time, and you're not gonna get a ton of like extra work out in college, and even then it's doable. Like I once had an entire semester to do a research paper for honors credit in one of my classes for like we called it James Scholar. I don't know if every college called it the same thing, but the James Scholar credit. And I had the entire semester. I waited until after midnight on the night before it was due. 25 pages or so, give or take, and it's still finished. And at the end of a lecture, like 2 or 3 days later, it was near the end of the semester, my professor and makes an announcement. It calls me out to see him up at the front of the class after class. And okay, I'm wondering, this is probably about my paper. And then he says to me like, if I could prove, because this is like long before like they had ways to like check this quickly. They're like, if I could prove that you didn't plagiarize this, I would shake your hand because I don't even have grad students who can write this well. And I'm like, oh, thank you. For the record, yes, it was original. Let's see. I'm probably gonna have to miss classes tomorrow because I'm feeling worse again. Yeah, no, it's just as long as you're keeping on top of things. Like obviously, if you have to miss class, but just keep on top of things. Now I'm just farming experience for South and Radiant Dawn on the endgame map of Part 1. Oh yeah, no, that one's so easy to grind. That one is so. We did an entire. For science, we basically went to see how many turns that map would go, and we found out it maxed at 999. I mean, you can keep going, it's just the counter stops at 999. Rascal Flatts, the original version of Life is a Highway. Yeah. So that was just a cover version. But yeah, that's why I was like, I'm not sure what the Cheetah Girls version of Route 66 was for then. If because usually they don't do more than one like big cover song for each new Disney movie, because usually it's for like the credits, right? Just remember missing a single day in high school and it's because in high school your schedule, you have every class like every day, right? In college you have a much easier schedule. I have Soph stealing from a thief for experience. Even just the boss, they just kind of stay there, I think, if I remember. So I don't need any labels or definitions.
Whether we're allies who can rely on each other, or simply partners with our own suspicions, let's stick to our duties, Captain Magus.
Wouldn't have it any other way, Phaethon.
There's something urgent that needs our attention right now.
There's a critical piece of intel that needs our immediate attention. What just emerged from the Obscura is a bioweapon created by the Exaltists, known as a sacrifice. These Obscura, and the factories that produce them, are scattered throughout Lemnian Hollow.
No, not just Lemnian Hollow. According to the data from Porcelumex and the intel Commander Isolde has gathered, there are a large number of Obscura placed throughout Yfei Peninsula. Over 300 of them.
Over 300? Not even the entire Obsidian division could deal with that many monsters.
The entire Obsidian division would just end up as monster food.
We have to get this information to Command immediately. The Exaltists' actions may be far more dangerous than we had anticipated.
Should I take a flu test to prove I'm sick? Do they want doctor's notes? No one went over sick attendance policies. No, you're fine. If you're sick, you just missed. I mean, I would maybe shoot an email to your professors if you have a class that day. Be like, I'm sick, or if not your professors, at least your TAs. Be like, I'm sick and had to miss the lecture or miss the section. Is there anything that I need to go over? Or like, you might already have the information on what you need to go over, what the plan was for that day. But you might want to just reach out and be like, is there anything else I need so that I don't fall behind? Yeah, like in college, everything's on you. Like if you miss class, you miss class. That's up to you to make up the work or not. There's some people that like never go to any lectures, and as long as they show up for the final and take the final and pass, then they're good. Others, like obviously depending on the class, you might not be able to do that, especially if you have things like sections and tests that are throughout the semester. But still gets a constant 10 experience from correct. Get a higher levels on the boss. Gonna max him out there. Right, true. Because especially because the amount of experience you get from fighting enemies changes throughout the game. It's clear to me that I'll have to give up cheese bagels if I go plant-based. Yeah, see that was my issue. Like I can't give up things like bacon or cheese. My fear, since I've already been sick for a week, is that it's mono. Yeah. I've never had that, but I know a lot of people that have. Could be out for another 1 to 3 weeks. Yeah, so I would just make sure you just stay on top of things. Sazushi, welcome in. Happy September, you too. How's it going today? Let me give you a shout out as well. We're doing the ZZZ 2.2 story, so I don't know if you've done this yet. Let me give a shout out. Has this set transfer as well from when I did the stealth farming and POR. Oh, nice. I remember doing all that. Although the last time I played, we were just playing Radiant Dawn on the Wii U. And since I didn't have the original Wii or GameCube set up, I was like, oh shoot, we can't like transfer over anything from my old POR runs. At least there are other options such as sesame bagels. I haven't had a bagel in a long time actually. I could go for one. I have not. I'm extremely behind on ZZ. Okay. No worries. I just want to make sure, because like this just came out this past week, and I want to get it done so that starting Tuesday and Wednesday, I can just focus on Genshin. Because Nod Cry. Telling that story reminds me of a TED Talk where the guy said he did his thesis that he was supposed to do in a year, and he did it in 3 days, and then said the teacher said it was the best he had ever seen. The guy then said that that was a lie, and that he was just saying it to the audience to see the audience's reaction. No, but mine's an actual true story. Now, to be fair, the class that I was doing the paper for, that I chose to do the paper for my James Scholar credit, because you can choose any of your classes, and I chose my Astronomy 101 class. So I was a freshman, and I chose my astronomy class because the only reason I took that astronomy class is because I needed an extra class. I had gotten so many credits through college credits through AP classes in high school that I did not have enough classes filling out my schedule, that I was in danger of not being a full-time student. So I was like, okay, well, I have to take one more class. I'll just take astronomy. So it was basically, I took it as a blow-off class because I was like in a huge astronomy, and I still am, I guess, a huge astronomy like nerd. And like I already knew a ton of stuff, and I was like, okay, this will be easy. I know all this stuff already. So because it was an astronomy 101 class, even though I'd never taken an astronomy class, it was like a big hobby of mine growing up. In fact, actually, for the school, what was it called? The Scholastical team. Even though I was like great in like all my other subjects, they specifically recruited me to join Scholastical because I wasn't in it originally. They recruited me because they said, "Oh yeah, we need someone that can handle like astronomy questions," and they're like, I was the first person they thought of. And then so that was the thing. I'm always interested in astronomy. Yes. Let's see. True, I'm a bit behind in Genshin. That on the day the patch drops, I'm gonna be cramming the summer quest so I can do Night Cry after. Okay. You should probably cram that now. Because remember, the rewards go away. The actual like summer like story and stuff like that will still be there, luckily. So unlike past summer events, but like the summer rewards specifically will be going away. The teacher saying it was the best year ever was a lie, but he did do the thesis in 3 days, and it did turn out awfully. Oh my god. Guitarist I love, who is also vegan, has his doctorate in astrophysics. Okay. Oh yeah, Brian May. Everyone knows Brian May. No, yeah, I remember because like every week I always introduce some other genres or music songs or artists that maybe the kids don't know. And every week we talk about Queen. I always bring up about Brian May and how Brian May goes a lot deeper than a lot of people would assume. About 40 days left for the exploration and main quest primos. Yeah. Be real annoying to make up for if it is. Queen mentioned. Yep, Queen mentioned. Alright, let me keep going. There's a problem. The situation isn't that bad yet.
No, that's not right.
Wait, try now, but I'm in the
Although I
middle of
did come
something.
across Obscura shards tainted with sacrifice energy, there's still no solid evidence to confirm that the sacrifices and Obscura are directly connected. The Obscura devices I saw in Phylum Heights didn't all carry traces of sacrifice energy either. More importantly, creating a creature as powerful as the sacrifices would require an unimaginable amount of ether. There's no way the Exaltists have access to such an immense supply of ether and miasma.
Or they would have destroyed New Eridu long ago.
Ugh. Good thing the bad guys we're dealing with this time aren't that powerful. Yet.
Hey, did you two completely forget that courage is a soldier's greatest virtue?
Captain, didn't you say that kind of talk is just something generals say to sound impressive?
The proxy has a point, but there's definitely something suspicious about the Obscura and Waifei Peninsula. We need to organize thorough inspections and patrols as soon as possible. Obsidian Division has already mobilized outside Lemnian Hollow. Those Exaltist rats will soon meet their end.
Watch out for a last-ditch counterattack. They won't go down.
Fanatic's last stand is often the most ferocious. Everyone, stay sharp and proceed with caution.
After spending over a decade in the military, I understand that all too well.
What Captain Magus meant to say was, thanks for the heads up, Proxy.
That's not what I meant!
In the depth of the Lemnian Hollow, where even the proxy's eyes couldn't pierce the darkness. The military's operation. Oh, it's Sarah. The military's operation has started. You're to provide cover for the Overseer's ritual. Every action leads us closer to meeting our Lord. Who's this guy on the right? Let's see. Hence, we need to go to lurk in a while. Fortunately, Sir Brian was quoted saying that if the band Queen were to form anew today, they'd be forced to have a trans person in the band. Sir Brian responded to the outrage over the quote by saying, "Shouldn't have known better to let myself be interviewed by those hacks." Let's see, devoted follower. Everything for the creator, Lady Sarah. But the defense force has overwhelming numbers, and we've taken heavy losses lately. But with little strength we have left. We don't need to achieve victory. Our mission is to buy time. Sacrifices are inevitable. Fortunately, the defense force isn't exactly driven by the noble duty they claim to uphold. As long as the Overseer completes the ritual, then we've already won. May the Creator refine you. May the Creator refine me. It seems there's a queerphobia. I think it's just a random grunt or something like that. Yeah. Looks like something out of Assassin's Creed. The Obsidian Division has temporarily taken over Seagay's Road as base of our operations. This will be our staging area for the upcoming mission. But there seems to be way more people at the base today. Always some sort of operation being coordinated. Anyway, let's report back to Isolde first. Thank goodness you're okay, Proxy. When you and the captain were surrounded by enemies, I was really worried about you both. My bullet almost didn't make it in time. That was a close one. Don't worry about me. Protecting you, Proxy, is our top priority. I mean, protecting citizens like you, Proxy. Or if you might seem a little hesitant at first, or at times, but she's actually a skilled and brave soldier. Captain Magus comes off as harsh and short-tempered, but she's the kind of person who would risk everything for her squad and for New Eridu, or rather, she already has. If it wasn't for Seed Trigger shutting down the Exaltus equipment, the Captain and I would have been in for a hell of a fight. I mean, I was a big help, but Trigger and Seed Senior were just as important. The Exaltus systems were pretty basic. It just took a little tinkering to shut them down. Your ability to handle machines so effortlessly is amazing, Seed. I wonder if I could learn to do so with enough practice. It's talent, pure talent. I can always sense it. You've got a similar gift, right, Proxy?
All in all, the scouting mission was a success. Oval Squad took no casualties. Against our firepower, those Exaltus lunatics didn't stand a chance. It's honestly baffling how HSO and public security got completely outplayed by the Exaltists. Their actions are chaotic and lack any strategy. Though credit goes to Commander Isolde's flawless planning.
The proxy was amazing too. Just like Trigger and Soldier 11 said. And just like all those rumors on Internet.
Huh? Orphe, since when have you been visiting sketchy sites like Internet behind my back?
Calm down, Captain Magus. What you've dealt with so far are just the Exaltus scattered remnants.
I know. We already have the hollow coordinates for the Exaltus base. I'm not worried about a head-on clash. What worries me are those Obscura and the sacrifice creatures.
Leave the search for the Obscura to me and the city forces. You focus on the mission inside the hollow. You can't just grasp at weeds. You have to dig out the roots. All this might just be a diversion by the Exaltists. By the way, Proxy, I heard your performance in the hollow was top-notch as always. How's working with Obel? Has Captain Magus been giving you any trouble?
I'll have to give that some thought. Captain Magus said.
I'll have to think about that. I remember Captain Magus saying that Phaethon is a villain who should be dealt with using 50 caliber high explosive rounds and military grade high energy lasers.
Don't go taking things out of context to make me look like the bad guy. I'm a straight shooter.
Got it. Looks like the temporary protocol for addressing Phaethon doesn't really hold much sway over Captain Magus.
It's all because I wasn't decisive enough. Please don't punish Captain Magus.
But Captain Magus has actually been very cooperative.
She's not the most soft-spoken, but Captain Magus and the squad have been doing their best to support me. And her military-grade high-energy laser is definitely reassuring.
All right. Without the proxy support, our operation wouldn't have gone this smoothly.
Whew. I guess this is the part where old grudges melt away and everyone makes nice.
But if you're that talented, why settle for the dishonorable role of a proxy? Why not join the military, earn a proper rank, and truly protect New Eridu?
What's so dishonorable about it? Look at my temper. Let's see, or something like that. It's apparently nothing new. Was apparently quite uncomfortable with the number of Freddie Mercury songs. It's not me now. Did Wright save me from Freddie after the latter had an awful breakup with some guy? I think my Sylph might max out luck. He has like 32 luck. That's pretty good. Luck is always good to have in any game.
What's so dishonorable about it? The work we do in the shadows brings us closer to the light than many of those who stand in it.
You're being a little harsh today, Captain.
Proxy. How many unqualified civilians have you led straight into danger within the Hollows? And how many shady Hollow Raiders have you guided to dirty money?
Not everything is that black and white. I'm not that kind of proxy.
You're right, Captain Magus. The underworld does have its dark side, but a lot of people are forced into it. They have to avoid the light and just try to survive in the shadows. And this grand, respectable world you speak of, is it really filled with nothing but righteous heroes? Is your defense force really so perfect? Every single person?
You...
Dang.
Alright, kids, enough bickering. The only villain here is the grumpy old Isolde. You're all brave, shining heroes, okay?
Looks like the captain got shut down by Commander Isolde again.
Even the proxy's been lumped in with the kids. Looks like we're all in the same class now.
This concludes the briefing. Proxy, Major General Lorenz has expressed interest in meeting you. Would you mind coming with me later?
The Major General. This isn't the interrogate the proxy part, right?
The Major General wants to see me? That can't be good.
Relax. I'll be with you.
Lorenz. Do they have a bad purple haircut? Adjutant, sir, the Major General's guest has arrived. Please follow me, you two. Major General's tent is just beyond this tunnel. Follow the adjutant's lead and head with Isolde into the Major General's tent on the other side of the tunnel.
Sir, your guests have arrived.
Colonel Isolde, I heard that, Obel Squad has already obtained the coordinates of the Exaltist headquarters.
That's correct, sir. The recon operation was a success. However, we also discovered something unexpected. There are numerous ether reactors installed around Wi-Fi Peninsula, known as Obscura, which may pose a significant threat.
You can handle the specifics with your squad. You know I've always counted on you. Just make sure I get results.
Yes, sir.
Among all the mediocrity in the Obsidian Division, Isolde, you're the one who truly stands out. I'm really glad I found you back then. Someone like you shouldn't be stuck on the front lines. I'm pragmatic, but I always make sure my subordinates are treated fairly. This is a big opportunity, but I went to great lengths to get troops into Wi-Fi Peninsula. So this mission is one we cannot afford to fail.
Yes, sir.
Ah, I seem to have forgotten about our guest. Isolde, the person beside you.
This is the officially appointed Hollow Technical Advisor and the Mayor's Special Envoy for Military Operation, Bell.
Welcome to Wi-Fi Peninsula, Ambassador Bell.
I've been in Wi-Fi Peninsula for a while now. Honestly, it's more appropriate for me and Swabian Temple to be the ones welcoming the Defense Force.
Swabian Temple? Ah, Yunque Summit. Pardon my memory, I nearly forgot our guest works directly under Mayor Mayflower. Mind filling me in, Colonel Isolde? Why is one of the mayor's personal agents, an infamous proxy,
everyone know this?
involved in Defense Force business?
Bell was appointed by the city as a technical advisor and envoy for Mayor Mayflower, sir. She's here to assist and oversee the Defense Force's operation.
Assist, huh? If the High Preceptor of Yunque Summit had shown up in person, perhaps I'd consider that worthy. And as for the supervision, since when does Mayflower get a say in when Obsidian Division pulls the trigger?
Sir, Bell is only here to assist Obel Squad. This has nothing to do with the main force's operations or command. All part of the agreement to keep the City Council from meddling with our military affairs in Wi-Fi Peninsula. Which, I imagine, suits you just fine?
Of course. Your arrangements are always right on point, Colonel. This whole operation is running smoothly, thanks to you. Well then, since you're the Hollow experts and personally by the Mayor, it's only right that I give you a proper welcome. Unfortunately, military secrecy is of utmost importance. So I'm afraid I can't escort Bell to the more refined venues in the city for a proper celebration, at least for now. Colonel Isolde, until this operation is over, all of Bell's external communications and movements beyond Phylum Heights must be temporarily restricted.
That's a very unique way to treat a guest.
Major General, the Mayor and Yunque Summit might not be too happy about that.
That's an order, Colonel.
Yes, sir.
The people from Porcelumix are still waiting for me in Phylum Heights. Something about a banquet to welcome the Defense Force to Wi-Fi Peninsula. Typical corporate parasites. Always know how to adapt and survive. I'm I'm afraid I won't be able to personally entertain our guest, Isolde.
Let's go, Madam Ambassador.
I'm really sorry, Belle. You came here to help, and this is how you're treated. Life in the military comes with its fair share of rules and restrictions. Major General Lorenz was a decorated officer during the fall of the old capital 11 years ago, and was promoted to a general after its fall. Over the years, he's been known for his rather overbearing conduct. It'd be dishonest to say I like his style, but working under him has definitely given me a lot of opportunities and access, allowing me to investigate the truth behind the fall of the old capital. The truth behind it. To be exact, the cause behind my squad's failure back then. Magus has always been concerned about it. I'm getting off track, but the point is you can count on us. Whether it's Opal Squad or any other Obsidian Division soldier, we'll give everything to protect you. After briefing you on the military operation, Isolde takes her leave. Talk about rude. Are all the Defense Force generals this unpleasant? Restrictions on going out and contacting the outside world? Might as well be a prisoner. But if we're just heading down to Swabian Temple for a quick break, you shouldn't stop us, right? Complete. The proxy's been nabbed by the Major General. And why do you look so happy, Seed? Don't make fun of your comrade's suffering, Seed. That Major General guy's a real pain, huh? So if the proxy doesn't get along with him, that must mean they're right. That must mean they're all right. Sounds silly, but also somehow makes sense. I can hear you. Ah, you're also the type to eavesdrop on people. Been aware of your presence for a while now, Proxy. For the record, I wasn't talking behind your back. Proxy. The ever so lovable Proxy, always listening in with those keen ears. Attempt to return to Swabian Temple. Return, welcome back. Sorry, orders from above, you're not allowed to leave. Argue in facts, logic, threaten in a harsh and intimidating tone. Don't know who you are, but there's no argument to be had. Orders are orders. Argue with facts and reason again. Argument draws the attention of several nearby soldiers.
Huh?
You okay there, Belle? Comrade, Belle is the special envoy sent by the mayor. Show some respect. The mighty Miss Belle got taken down a notch. Just following orders. Following orders is a soldier's duty. I understand where the soldier is coming from. Hope you understand, Crimson Gloom. Storm off in defeat. Withdraw with head held high. Check in with Isolde and Magus for an update.
Captain, Proxy made it through the interrogation unscathed.
A significant change in pulse, and your face isn't too pale. Looks like you passed the test. You look so frail, Proxy. Who would have thought you had the makings of a soldier tough enough to endure enemy torture?
So you're really eager to see me tortured? I'm a pro. I couldn't be taught.
With you already calling me the villain, I figured I'd better get good at dodging torture.
The Major General may be tough to deal with, but interrogating the Mayor's envoy? That kind of thing doesn't happen in the Obsidian Division.
Isolde explains the Major General's orders to everyone.
Temporarily restricting the Proxy's movements and communications. What does that mean?
It means we've got your precious Phaethon locked away. No way out, and no texting or calling family.
That's just so...
That's terrible!
You're about to say it's good?
What a shame. I never thought the legendary Proxy Phaethon would end up getting caught one day.
On the plus side, at least the legendary Proxy Phaethon was caught by Opal Squad. The Major General's idea of hospitality might be questionable, but for a soldier, orders are orders.
So, as much as we regret it, the legendary Proxy Phaethon will have to stay put in Phylum Heights for a while.
You sure you're sorry, Captain? I'm pretty sure you were holding back a laugh just now.
Don't worry. Opal Squad and the Obsidian Division are the first line of defense against the Hollows. We'll wipe wipe out the Exaltists faster than you'd think.
And then the proxy will be free.
As ordered, a technician will now attach a tracker to the proxy and temporarily block all communication functions of their electronics.
There's no point in finding it, so you allow a soldier to fasten the tracker, more like an electronic shackle, to your ankle. Thanks to Defense Forces signal jamming, the only wireless frequencies still functioning in Wi-Fi Peninsula are military ones. For now, at least, say farewell to the friends anxiously awaiting your replies on Knock Knock.
My apologies, Proxy.
For the Obsidian Division, orders carry more weight than mountains. I don't like restricting someone's freedom like this. And I'm not exactly your biggest fan. But I hope you won't hold it against Isolde or the squad.
I understand. This probably wasn't your intention.
I may not be a soldier, but I can understand the weight orders carry for all of you. If temporarily restricting my freedom helps the operation go smoothly and keeps the people of Wi-Fi Peninsula safe, I'll gladly go along with it.
I never thought you'd show such resolve, Proxy. Don't worry. I'll keep an eye on you while you're with us.
Captain Magus keeping an eye on you? Just a heads up, she's not exactly the caring type.
Once again, Proxy, you have my apologies.
With comm center movement restricted, things are definitely tricky. Luckily, I can still reach out to Wise and ferry through the HDD without Defense Force noticing. Right as I'm thinking about this. Proxy, don't look down. Don't look so down. It's time for Opal's regular equipment maintenance. Come join us. Is that okay? Do you agree, Captain Magus? Making sure our tech folks have reliable gear is crucial. So if you want to drop by Proxy, go right ahead. Really? I mean, I couldn't detect any gear on the Proxy, but I can't shake this strange feeling. Like the Proxy has some sort of device that feels oddly familiar. Don't worry, Proxy. C can be a bit hard to follow at times, but when it comes to tech, you can always count on her. It's just a routine maintenance check. Come on, Proxy. Stop being so wishy-washy. Routine maintenance. The Opal Squad is all here. Alright, time to start today's routine maintenance. Inspector on duty, squad member Seed. First stop for inspection, Mercury. Mercury here. Let me take a look and see if this little Colby's got anything wrong with it. I always get nervous when Seed does my checkup. The antenna on the comms module seems a bit worn out, so gotta remember to get those parts replaced. If Colby can't hear me on the radio during an operation, I'm gonna kick your butt. Aye aye. Alright, anyway. Counting on you against Seed, I only need one look to tell your weapon's in flawless shape, just like always, Trigger. Sniper's weapon is their soul on the battlefield, after all. Boring. Now it's Orphe and Captain Magus' turn. Let's get this straight. You're not laying a finger on me. Calm down, Captain. Quit swinging around my swinging around my tail. Your exoskeleton is in good shape overall, Orphe, but your tail shows way more wear. No doubt due to the Captain's reckless fighting style. The Captain gives it her all in combat. I'll try to stay in sync with Orphe's movements. As for Captain Magus. Captain Magus, you're using the nitro fuel oil again, aren't you? Seed can't stand the smell of pouring out of your gun barrel. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you seriously getting attacked by your Captain's dental hygiene? Finally, it's your turn, Proxy. Where should I start? Seed stares into the Proxy's eyes, impossible as it seems, and it almost feels like she can see right through the HDD. That can't be possible, right? Look away, change subject. Your eyes are crystal clear, Proxy. All systems good, inspection complete. There's more. Now that everyone's finished their equipment checks, you're dismissed. Get some rest and make sure your gear's serviced at the armory. Hey Proxy, don't forget to look after your eyes too. Offer some cover from the soldiers' gazes, and re-establishing the connection with the HDD brings a small sense of relief.
As Master's supreme assistant and a thoughtful, all-purpose AI, I would never sit back helplessly while Master's freedom is being restricted, unlike the second assistant.
Fairy, you really can't stop chasing that first assistant title, can you? When will you finally understand that as her sibling, I'm irreplaceable?
You two are just like kids. Calm down for a moment.
Alright, you two, enough arguing. I'm just the pitiful, useless captured proxy here, while you two are elite hackers, okay?
Negative. Although Master was unfortunately captured, Master remains an elite hacking expert.
Save your useless sympathy, first assistant. Luckily, not even the Hollows can interfere with the HDD's unique signal, so the Defense Force's jamming is barely an inconvenience.
Still, I was the one who actually encoded the anti-jamming signal.
Which means Bell can still reach me through the HDD, and EOS's deep dive can continue as planned.
Send over the data from my eyes right away.
I saw some new data with my eye implants in the hollow. I need you to run some calculations. Whether or not the military's info checks out, nothing is more trustworthy than your calculations, Fairy.
Affirmative. Additionally, I've made a full copy of the military intel files that EOS and Master saw.
If the Defense Force comes knocking because you did something without permission, make sure they know second assistant and your master had nothing to do with it. Anyway, leave the rest to me and Fairy Bell, just like always.
Then leave clearing out the hollow to me and Noble Squad, just like always.
The Defense Force's mission is bound to be dangerous. Be careful, Bell.
The bed beneath you feels foreign. You hardly rest well that night, but as with all things, it eventually passes. Commotion rises from the outpost beyond the tent. It's Orpheus C's voice, so let's go check out what's happening. It's not generative AI, is it? No, it's a real AI. Yeah, it's like a sentient AI. Is the little one you brought back from? Is this the little one you brought back from the hollow? Yes, Captain. The Bang Blue squad seems to have been attacked. I received the Bang Blue's distress signal and rushed over. What? What about the soldiers in that squad? They were all lying there with covered in blood. I mean, the not breathing kind of lying there. Let's pay our respects. This Bang Blue probably recorded what happened when they ran into the enemy, but it's badly damaged. Do we have any technicians at base? Let me fix them up. I'm a technician. VOD footage is restored and images from inside the holostream out through the Bang Boo's data port.
All units be advised. At 3 o'clock, 300 meters. A cluster of miasma. Ethereal presence confirmed. Something's off. Are those humans coming out of there? Hey, look! Someone's crawling out of the miasma. Why are they wearing Defense Force uniforms? They're coming closer. And they're armed!
Goes louder, drowning out all the voices. Gunfire and voices gradually fade away. Everything returns to the silence. White noise grows louder, skipping ahead.
It's just that the Overseer's dead. Even a miracle like resurrection is nothing for the Creator.
Don't let joy blind you, my dear brother. Until we stand before the Creator, every miracle is just a small step toward the gate of the final domain.
Don't worry, my joy hasn't clouded my judgment, and my knowledge as a researcher remains sharp. The large-scale miasma activation experiment has already begun ahead of schedule. They'll never catch up to us on our path to the Creator.
Footage ends abruptly here. The bang boot recorded the data seemingly couldn't hold on any longer. So just calling out the miasma. They look like the dead brought back to life. The dead, but they're all dressed in military gear from the old capital. Stuff from 11 years back. If they truly are the dead returned, how could they be the ghosts of those old soldiers if they're shooting at their own squad mates? They're not the undead, more like some kind of miasma creature. So the fact that these creatures take on the form of a former Defense Force soldier means their creator. The enemy's knowledge of the Defense Force might be a leap beyond our imagination. Besides, yesterday's recon mission went perfectly. Didn't let any cultists escape, so there was no way the Exalted should be aware of our progress. One last thing about going plant-based, and then, oh no, you're fine, you're fine. Just had an idea for a recipe for a plant-based breakfast sandwich. Oh, what you got? Need to report this to Isolda. Let's go, Proxy. Yeah, I'm debating if I want to. That's fine. Together with Oval Squad, you brief Isolda on what you saw in the footage.
The Exaltists have already figured out that we're launching a full-scale operation? So far, only Oval Squad's scouting mission involved direct combat. What that recon team ran into was likely just an unfortunate accident. But your operation was flawless, and no part of the plan was leaked. That means either the Exaltists are more perceptive than we thought, or some unit acted outside my command and carried out an unsanctioned mission.
But Lorenz handed over command of this operation to you.
Non-dairy cheese and plant-based meat on everything bagel. Sounds like you guys remember those like pizza bagels back in the day? See, how could someone ignore the Colonel's orders?
So if we rule out interference from higher up, the only one who could have mobilized troops without the Colonel's approval is...
Only the Major General himself.
He was already sus.
Looks like Colonel Isolde has it even tougher than I do when it comes to dealing with a demanding superior.
Orphe, you don't actually think I'm that difficult to deal with, do you?
At this point, arguing with my superior won't do any good.
So if we want the raid to stay on track, we'll have to strike even faster.
While I usually think you're a little too reckless, Magus, this time I agree with you. Swift as the wind, fierce as fire, and unknowable as shadow. That's the essence of Blitz tactics. At least according to a Yunquay Summit scroll. Since the enemy already knows we're coming, let's seize this rare opportunity and strike before they're ready.
Oval Squad, gear up and get ready!
Yes, Captain Magus!
I'm about to start deploying troops to launch the offensive. Proxy, both the battlefield and the hollows can shift in an instant. make sure you're fully prepared. We aren't as ready as we could have been. The Obsidian Division will handle the battlefield, but when it comes to the Hollow, you're the only one we can count on.
Won't let you down. Don't let me down. Let's see. Jordy Rollins. Hey, Dorlo, welcome in. No, we haven't yet. This week's. Let's see when this week's face stream is. It's probably Friday. Let me double check. Actually, we don't have a date on the calendar, which means it could be any day. Yeah, I don't know yet. We haven't figured it out. It's gotta be before Friday though, or Friday or earlier. May or may not add a plant-based schmear on the bagel myself.
Leave it to me. On my reputation as a legendary proxy and my honor as the mayor's envoy, I won't let you down. I'm counting on all of you too. Please don't betray the trust that people have placed in the Defense Force.
Save it. We're well aware.
What the captain means is, Obel never fails a mission.
Operation has two main objectives. First, to gather intel on the miasma soldiers. Second, to eliminate key Exaltus bosses. Get ready to move out. In a surprise attack, every second counts. Bum, bum, bum. But how you doing today, Dorlo? Oh.
The unexpected deployment of forces beyond Isolde's plan has put the Exaltists on high alert, like a startled bird ready to flee. We can't risk the Exaltist core members escaping right under our noses. We have to strike quickly and hit their key bases.
Based on the intelligence we have, the target's stronghold in this operation is very likely the Exaltist's main base.
Intel may not be complete.
I'm not usually one to spoil the mood, but from what I've seen of the Exaltists, they're not that easy to pin down. Which raises the question, can we really trust the intel from the Defense Force?
You really know your way around intelligence and information warfare, Proxy. But it's Isolde's strategy and intel that have been key to the Defense Force's success so far. I understand your concerns, but I've no reason to doubt the reliability of Isolde's intel.
You really trust her?
Captain Magus, you sure have a lot of trust in Commander Isolde, don't you?
That's because Captain Magus and Commander Isolde were comrades in arms. They fought side by side years ago.
Technically, fighting side by side isn't exactly accurate. But yes, Isolde and I go way back. She's a comrade, a senior, and my commanding officer. In fact, Obel Squad itself wouldn't exist without Isolde's support and guidance.
Petty thugs, blocking the way to the Creator.
The Creator will not forgive them. Our sacrifice will pave the way for our master's return.
Recalibrating.
Oh, it was streamed down for a second? Okay.
Let's see Senior cool off.
Am I keeping up? Pretty firework!
Crypto documents detected on the device accessing, answering the overseer's call. Wrongfully killed soldiers. Rise from the underworld, cloaked in flame vengeance. As for the Defense Force soldiers would fight for us, the overseer was rather vague. Perhaps they too were blessed with witnessing the creator's true form in the underworld. Files stored on this device are incomplete. The remaining intelligence needs to be obtained elsewhere. Let's see. Wrongfully killed soldiers were the ones emerging from the miasma were wearing 11-year-old uniforms, and they died protecting New Eridu. Those exalted scum. How dare they desecrate the honor of fallen soldiers? Unforgivable. Approaching footsteps of everyone garb, then what they see is the sight of an allied uniforms.
Which unit are you in? According to Commander Isolde's orders, aside from Obel Squad, there shouldn't be any other squads assigned to raid this base.
Isolde may be the acting commander for this op, but our squad reports to Major General Lorenz.
There we go. Finished leveling Soth. He maxed out everything except magic. And I mean, you don't need magic. That's a good Soth. Just as expected, so they really are under the Major General's command.
So, these idiots are the ones who alerted the Exaltists to our plan. And it was all under orders from the Major General?
Mind your tone. The Major General sent us because he was worried you wouldn't be able to handle this alone. We're here to support the operation.
Support the operation? We were just out there fighting alone as a single squad.
That's right, and we really do appreciate it. Without you taking the brunt of the Exaltists' attention, we couldn't have made it to their headquarters from the flank so smoothly. We have to apologize. We accidentally beat you to it and ended up taking the credit for wiping out the Exaltists' main base.
What? That's meaningless. Is this really the attitude of new recruits in Obsidian Division these days?
Acting all high and mighty. You're just a gun. Do you really think yourself so important? I may be a rookie, but at least I'm not a washed-up old dog like you.
Watch it! The captain has given everything to protect the city. You don't deserve to...
It's okay, Orphe. As long as they really did take out the Exaltists, then they've helped safeguard New Eridu, which makes them our comrades.
Even among comrades, there are plenty of annoying ones. If you ask me, we should just take this guy away and cover it up as an accident caused by an Exaltist attack.
Hey, are you threatening me?
Stay focused, soldier. Answer me. Has the Exaltist base been completely cleared?
Several creatures took advantage of the chaos to escape. We had other
Other orders? What could be more important than wiping out the Exaltists?
Bunch of fools. They can't even handle something this simple properly. Obel soldiers, let's move out. Once again, it's up to us to clean up after these fools. Obel, gear up and get ready.
Yes, Captain Magus!
Engaging head on.
The Exaltists are
So I
fleeing
first
in all
call.
directions!
Oh, man.
These second-rate troops sure are surprisingly good at messing things up. Who would ever call this an ambush? We've already failed half of the mission's objective.
Hopefully we can still find some useful documents and materials.
Encrypted documents detected on device accessing. We may be working with Porcelainics, but they aren't exactly saints. They sacrifice everything for profit. Soldiers didn't die protecting the city. The truth is, the file ends here without warning. There's a record of the hardware being moved, but the missing data cannot be retrieved. Damn it. Of all places, the data had to be missing at the most crucial part. Soldiers didn't die protecting the city, just what had those results learned. Force needs to lead us. So it's clear the Exaltus remnants are spooked by the Major General's unit acting so recklessly. That's why they moved to the key data early. I guess we have no choice but to press on. Yeah, we got a sip of water here.
After I get back...
Elite targets have appeared.
Elite targets. Just the kind of fight Oval Squad's been waiting for.
Behold, the rendition!
Copy.
Continuing combat until target neutralized.
Not over yet!
Supporting position. The target's exposed. Fire support ready.
Am I keeping up, Captain?
I've been on standby for a long time. Definitely not my type. Just going a little harder, Boulder.
Increasing firepower output.
Everything is moving along smoothly, Mr. Lucro.
We'll be counting on you again this time.
Okay.
Major General Lorenz, you're here in the hollow. In person?
You're the squad Isolde spoke so highly of. Codename Obel, wasn't it? This is quite a surprise. You arrived even faster than I expected. It's just as Colonel Isolde said, you're quite a capable squad.
Given that you're leading this entire operation, I'd expect you to be at the command post. And the person with you is...
Must be Mr. Lucro. I know this boss.
You must be Mr. Lucro. We met briefly at the Porcelumic Safety Inspection Reception Banquet.
A reception banquet for a safety inspection? That makes no sense.
This, gun certainly has a blunt matter of speech. Anyway, we are acquainted from the banquet, aren't we? Also involved with the Obsidian Division, I see. For someone so young, you must have made quite the impact with the military.
Not so, Mr. Lucro. This young lady is the mayor's envoy, specially sent by the kind-hearted Mr. Mayflower to oversee our work.
You're too kind. Do you even know that I'm an envoy?
I'm just doing my duty. Please, the title of envoy is a bit too much. I feel like it's a little too high and mighty.
So you're a distinguished guest from city administration. My apologies. Please excuse the poor welcome.
So, what brings you here, Major General, Mr. Lucro, and these troops who've been acting without Colonel Isolde's orders?
My troops and I have our reasons for being here. You're a veteran, Captain Magus. Even if you don't fully grasp what overstepping means, you should at least know not to ask about classified military matters. Mind your tongue, Captain. After all, besides your sharp tongue, there's not much else you have left.
Major General,
Ouch.
Shouldn't we be going? Staying too long in areas with high ether activity isn't good for my health.
You're right, Mr. Lucro.
Escorted by the troops, Lawrence and Lucro withdraw from the stronghold.
Aside from that clerk I met at the Special Military Affairs desk, these are honestly the two most annoying people I've ever had to listen to. Sorry, Captain Magus. It was wrong of me to speak disrespectfully about a commanding officer.
I'll let it slide this time, Morphe. If I weren't afraid of getting you all tried at a military tribunal, I'd have turned every curse word into high-energy laser blasts right at their faces.
Rick Davies. Oh, unfortunate. He's never here.
This place is not only a key Exaltus stronghold, but also one of their major research facilities. One of Porcelumex's executives previously worked with the Exaltists. Many of their facilities were originally Porcelumex's assets as well.
How long ago was
And
this?
now under Lucro's lead, Porcelumex has formed ties with the defense force. It's clear why they're here.
You're making my head spin. Isn't it just those two plotting how to profit?
Goodness. Commander Lorenz is such a bad person.
Orphe is still caught up in that naive teenage mindset of seeing the world in just good and bad.
Goodness, Orphe. You really are a fool. But I can't say you're wrong this time. They chose to meet in the Hollow, likely to stay under the radar. Either way, Obol's mission continues. Everyone, we keep pursuing the escaping Exaltists.
Yes, Captain Magus.
Somewhere in London Hollow, illuminated by a flickering candlelight. The events of 2.0. No, I'm talking about the Rick Davies thing. It was yesterday? Okay, I only found it today. Yo. Great Overseer. The Defense Force took the bait just as planned. They're feeling pretty proud of themselves. Mavorak. Mavorak. Perfect. They wasted enough time on the meaningless distractions that, and that foolish general thinks he's already claimed enough victories. They won't be throwing major forces at us anymore. Though the price was nothing more than a few necessary sacrifices. They died for their faith as Overseer. Besides, the troops you brought back from the underworld were a huge help. Soldiers fighting soldiers. It's cruel, really. Still, if it's for the right cause, then even you and I must be willing to give our lives. Absolutely. If that greater purpose is an audience with the Creator. I know you have other intentions, but you're still open to the path. You'll still open the path to the Creator, won't you, Great Overseer? I've wandered in confusion along this path more than once, but the whispers I heard were true, without a doubt. Once I've achieved my goal, I'll open the path to the Creator for you. Which means your sacrifice and mine are justified. But Faith then is with the Defense Force right now, and that one's a real handful, not the type to let things go easily. And that elite squad of theirs has been a serious thorn in our side. I've noticed. That youngster may be an unexpected variable, but I've already set the course for how their tale unfolds. Don't back them into a corner unless you have to. Your arrangements are reasonable. May the Creator refine us. Cheers and laughter echo from the military camp, which has been so quiet the past few days. Hey, Nautico, welcome in. How you doing today? It's late for you, right? Well, I guess not that late. Let me give you a shout out here. How are you doing today? How was your weekend? Mine was unbelievably busy, and I'm still ridiculously tired. But we hosted our marching band competition on Saturday. So luckily, that's probably like the busiest Saturday. Like all the other competitions we have the rest of the season are all at other schools. How did the competition go? It went very well. It was like, I think 15 or so bands, plus we had a special guest in the Marching Illini from the University of Illinois. Now, it is, so with like marching band competitions, at least around here, the unspoken tradition is at your own, like if you're hosting competition, you don't actually compete. You're essentially performing in the exhibition. So you can still perform for the audience and even get comments from judges on how to improve. But you don't actually compete for awards or trophies with everyone else. So it's just kind of like an unspoken tradition. But no, it was it went smoothly. It was run very well, mostly through because of our booster parents and our many volunteers. But yeah, it ran smoothly, and I am dead tired from it. And this was yesterday. I'm still tired. So. But and then we did get video footage, and we're gonna we do video review with the kids, so we can kind of see how they did on their marching band drill, and how they heard them, they can hear themselves playing and how it sounded, and we can hopefully make improvements for the next competition, which we are actually competing in. That'll be next Saturday at a different school. And then yeah, that was like essentially all my free time this weekend. So all yesterday I was actually at the competition. Today was just editing the videos, because I had to overlay our marching band drill, like what it's supposed to look like, over the actual video performance, which is, it's like a 5 to 6 hour editing project. Every time. Also, people that just so people can watch it for like 10 minutes. Hope you can get some rest. And yeah, no, we're going through the ZZZ 2.2 story, so I don't know if you've done that yet. But we're gonna go through this, and seems like we're gonna get through the first 2 parts, because it sounds like most ZZZ news stories have like 4 parts. It seems to be the norm. So it sounds like we're gonna get through 2 parts today, and maybe 2 parts tomorrow. I was hoping to get to some Star Rail tomorrow to do the drink mixing event. Tuesday, guys, we might open Genshin after maintenance, but we're not going to do story until Wednesday. But we're going to open it on stream, so that way, in case, like, you know, whenever you visit after, or whenever you play after a new update, sometimes like Paimon says, "Ooh, let's go to yada yada yada," or "Let's talk to yada yada yada." So I want to make sure to get that on stream, on camera. Haven't touched the ZZ story in a while. That sounds about right. That tracks. But yeah, we're on 2.2. No, you're fairly close, I think, right? What was the last part you did? I'm pretty sure you were fairly caught up, right? I could have sworn you were. No, I'm far. What was the last thing you did in the story? Could have sworn I remember you playing part of it. But yeah, now that I've been able to like predict a lot of, or at least I'm hoping that I predicted a lot of Nod Tries banners. Chat was actually, we were just talking today, like, what are my predictions for ZZZ and for Star Rail? That one's a little tougher though, because we don't have like all of the 2.x characters announced like we do for Nod Try. It's kind of hard to, like, I can predict when reruns might happen for certain characters, but even that, it's like weird, because Yanagi, for example, was like, they waited so long for her rerun. They skipped her several times if you just go in the order that characters released. But right now, the only characters that haven't rerun from 1.x so far are Harumasa, Anby, Silver Soldier, Anby, Vivian, and Hugo. So it's just those 4. Chapter 3 or 4, I meant Lycon, and the others in that faction. Oh, okay, so you are pretty far. Yeah, Chapter 4 is when I was like, because like, so with Star Rail and Genshin, you know the premise of the story like right off the bat, like right away, and it's like, okay, well, that's that. So that's the story, and you kind of play within those bounds. With ZZZ, they didn't tell you the premise of this, like why we're there and doing everything that we're doing, and I kept asking like, what's the premise of the story? And chat was just like, just keep playing, just keep playing, just keep playing. So luckily, Chapter 4 was like, okay, now it makes sense. Because yeah, like with Genshin, you know right off the bat, oh, we're trying to reunite with our sister. We got separated from our sister, or I guess sibling if you played as Lumine. And then with Star Rail, it's like, okay, well, I wake up with amnesia and I have this thing stuck in my body. Oh, I guess I'll join this train squad and help people around the universe. So stuff like that. But yeah. Alright, hold on. While this ad break is still going, let me open up this package that came in. I have actually a lot of packages that are coming in tomorrow, including a new drone. Although that one is getting paid for by our marching band boosters. So, but everything else, I have a bunch of other stuff coming in. I need scissors. Ow. So I bought the K-pop Demon Hunter soundtrack, but they just yesterday released a new version, a deluxe version with like 2 discs, and now I want that one. Alright, anyway. Alright. We'll keep going here. But yeah, how's your weekend been otherwise? What you been up to lately? Might be watching Keep Up Demon Hunter soon. Oh, that's right, you haven't seen it yet, right? You just know the music, I think. I should watch it again. I don't have Netflix, that's the problem. I might just get Netflix for like a month just to watch that and watch some other shows that like I had watched before that never finished, or watch some other things. So, but yeah, no, and then yeah, I ordered a bunch of copies of the soundtrack because they all have these like collector cards, and then I also ordered it I ordered Golden on like a 7-inch vinyl. So that'll be coming in. I think that one doesn't come out till November though. But now I gotta get this like special edition or the deluxe soundtrack somewhere. And then they did seem to make the marching band arrangements for Golden and How It's Done up for pre-order, but it's not out yet, I don't think. So it looks like they are working on marching band arrangements for that, so I don't have to do it myself. But yeah. Alright, should we keep going? We're probably getting close to the end of part 2. No major spoilers at this point yet, though. Why is the Defense Force base so lively? What's going on? Let's ask around and see what the soldiers know. Arrogant soldier. Friendly soldier. I'm talking to Trigger. Global Squad hasn't broken through head-on. Our plan to strike from the flank wouldn't have gone so nearly smoothly. They're the only ones who put in the work and got results. Shouldn't they get the most of the credit? Oh, they're not talking to Trigger. What are you guys saying over here? Lucro. Our squad was the first one to break into the Exaltus headquarters, and this time we're going to take all the credit. Arrogant soldier. Oh, new face. Not in uniform either. You must be the outside help for the, what was it, Apostle Squad? Thanks to the brilliant leadership of the Major General and his adjutant, so we secured an easy victory. Sure, you didn't land the big win, but you still played a part. Stand your ground, stay silent. Hey, what's with that look? We're celebrating our victory here. Don't be such a buzzkill, okay? That's Lucro. Welcome back, Envoy. I've been waiting here just to make sure you return safely. You're really laying it on thick, huh? No big shot or anything. Such modesty. Still, if you're acting on behalf of the mayor in Defense Force matters, I'm sure your words hold real authority with the city administration. We owe it to the Major General's forces that we are able to reclaim a significant cache of porcelain without incident. Assets Ferox had handed over to the Exaltus, which were in fact Porcelumix's property. It's quite the haul. The Major General and I go way back. He may not be the most charming guy, but he's someone you can count on. I know I'm just a shrewd, profit-minded trader, and I know there's been some bad blood between you and the Major General. But that doesn't stop me from seeing the potential for us to work together in the future. Someone like you always brings value to the table, so naturally, I'm pleased that you made it back in one piece. About Porcelumix and the Exaltus. It's true that certain individuals within Porcelumix, including Mr. Ferox and his team, had engaged in unlawful activities with the Exaltists. The shameful and pathetic Mr. Ferox is now in custody, and with the Major General's support, we've tracked down his subordinates who escaped into the Hollow. Porcelumix is clean of any further criminal associations. Regarding the so-called obscure devices, while they were created through Ferox's dealings with the Exaltists, I'm not clear on their scientific worth. Still, they're made of costly porcelain, so they belong to the company. We'll recover each of the Obscura once the Defense Force finishes assessing their risk. Their risk? Yes. Colonel Isolde stated in the report that giving Obscura that the Obscura could pose an extreme risk, even going so far as to order an evacuation of Wi-Fi Peninsula for public safety. It's gotten too dangerous. Looks like it's time for me to leave Wi-Fi Peninsula. Take care of yourself. These guys sure know how to take it easy. They're already planning the victory party right after winning. So what's the Defense Force's next move? Next move? There isn't one. The Major General believes that the key members of the Exaltists have been wiped out and their base cleared. As far as he's concerned, they've already won. I never thought victory would come so easily. Exaltists won't be that easy. What about the Obscura in the city? You faced the Exaltists more times than anyone, Proxy. Your insight is valuable, but even so, the Obsidian Division can't keep pouring resources into chasing down a minor outlaw group. As for the Obscura, Colonel Isolda is taking our intel, and the risk posed by the sacrifices very seriously. She's already preparing to evacuate the citizens of Wi-Fi Peninsula. We'll stand guard here to protect the civilians until everyone's been evacuated and all Obscura in the city have been cleared. It's thanks to Isolda's leadership that we're able to locate so many Obscura across the city before the operation began, too. Did the Colonel know about the risks of the Obscura all along? Since everyone's taking a break, why don't you relax a little too, Proxy? I'm heading back to camp with the captain. Want to join us for a bit, Proxy? She didn't answer my question. Despite your doubts, with cheers ringing out throughout the night all around you, you find yourself taking a brief rest by the firelight with 2 soldiers. As Obel Squad settles in at their quarters, the troops are already preparing to celebrate.
Everyone! The Exaltists, the threat that plagued Wi-Fi Peninsula, have been wiped out under our thunderous assault. Once again, we've brought justice and victory to the people of New Eridu, like every triumph before. Give it up for yourselves, soldiers. Cheer for victory!
Cheers rise up from the gathered soldiers.
And let's hear it for our brilliant commander, Major General Lorenz!
I hate to be that girl, but isn't it a bit early to celebrate?
That commander sure seems to be soaking up the cheers.
A typical big shot, huh?
You're right to be concerned, Proxy. There are still Exaltist stragglers roaming inside and outside the Hollow, and the Obscura in the city haven't been fully inspected yet.
As far as I know, the key Exaltist leaders are still on the loose. They've managed to slip away after every encounter so far. The Exaltists will still be a threat until they're taken out. Even though Mevarok was severely injured by Ishu and Shifu, and the Exaltists suffered heavy losses, there's still no sign of them backing down. Miasma activity is still spreading. Key people like Sarah still hold major influence.
Yishuan, High Preceptor of Yunquai Summit? I've heard the name before.
How come I don't see Colonel Isolda anywhere? As the operations leader, shouldn't she be here to celebrate?
Isolda has been unwell recently, and went back to the city to rest. She's also been absent from meetings over the past few days.
Maybe the commander's like Proxy and isn't fond of these kinds of gatherings. She might have just found an excuse to slip away.
You might be right. That does sound like her. In any case, we've dealt a heavy blow to the Exaltists. And after fighting on the verge of life and death, the soldiers really needed a victory to boost their morale.
That doesn't sound like something our strict Captain Magus would say.
Think of it as me trying to lift everyone's spirits. As soldiers, it is our duty to obey orders. So even when we have doubts, we can't launch investigations on our own.
If you take action without orders, you'll be standing trial at a military tribunal. I might not mind, but I'm sure Seed Sr. would stop us.
I don't want anyone ending up in front of a military tribunal either.
Right. Since it is a military order, the Major's restriction on you can't be lifted until the operation is officially concluded. Sorry about that, Proxy.
I understand. Obel Squad and all the other soldiers have already given so much to protect New Eridu. Everyone should enjoy this hard-earned victory.
Thank you, Proxy.
But as Faithen, I have no right to stop moving forward. Excuse me, Miss Special Envoy. The Colonel asked me to pass on a message. Some bigwig from Tops is here to see you. From Tops? Don't ask me about the specifics. You'll just have to go see for yourself. Meet with a Tops visitor. Who is it? Oh, it's Damien. Meet with Damien after dark and fill him in on what Lucro's doing.
Actually, I've already heard about Lucro personally entering the Hollow and the Major General's movements. Besides relocating Porcelumex and the Exaltus stock of Porcelume, they're rounding up trusted members who served under Ferox, including my poor colleagues who fled into the Hollow's labs, fearing a purge. The dust hasn't even settled, yet they're already discarding what they no longer need, proving that the only thing crueler than one ruthless boss is another. I have no place in Tops any longer, and the Defense Force won't seek justice for a stray like me.
So you're in a pretty risky position as well.
Even though you played a major role in taking down Ferox, your new boss won't tolerate you for long, will he?
Exactly. I can't stand stray dogs like you always sniffing out scraps to survive. Like I ever had a choice. I'm just trying to stay alive. Honestly, I was already planning to turn to you and Yunque Summit for help. Regardless of our differences, you are among the few in Waifei Peninsula who have the power, care about justice, and are willing to hear me out. A stray like me is used to bowing and begging.
Fortunately, well...
Unfortunately, no matter how much power we might have, we're just as constrained as you are now. I can't contact anyone at Yunque Summit for assistance either. But if it's just to keep you safe...
It's alright. Just when I was at my wit's end, Miss Savior appeared.
Just as Damien finishes speaking, a small figure suddenly springs out from behind him. What the heck?
Hiya! I'm the savior he was talking about. It's funny, most company employees usually see me as a disaster. Who would have thought I'd ever be called a savior?
Allow me to introduce you. This is Miss Zhao from Tops, affiliated with the Krampus Compliance Authority.
Krampus Compliance Authority? Is that the name of the company?
Nice to meet you, Miss Zhao. The Krampus Compliance Authority. Is that the name of another company within Tops? It doesn't sound as familiar to me as the other big companies.
That's alright. Most people haven't heard of it. Krampus isn't actually a company. Our role is to inspect, decide on, and enforce regulations. Brutal competition is an inherent flaw of the market system. For the members at the round table, it doesn't matter if a company's executives are tearing each other apart. However, the condition is that all actions by the company and its management must comply with the core rules and interests of the Alliance. The business game doesn't always let us play by the rules. That's the round table's mercy. But when those rule breakers go too far, the strict mother reaches out with her black branch. This time, Porcelumix has clearly stepped out of line.
So you really are a disaster. Isn't this what's kept Top standing strong all this time?
I think I get why the corporations might see members of Krampus as a disaster. Even so, having regulators like you is probably a key reason Tops has managed to maintain its strong position in the city.
So, it's not hard for you to understand why I see Miss Zhao as my savior, right?
We'll only know whether I'm your savior or your disaster once all the investigations are complete.
Better than letting someone like Lucro treat you like a fish on a chopping board, right?
Hopefully she'll turn out to be your savior.
Although he isn't really a friend, I do sort of get Damien's style. He's determined to survive this brutal game, but he's also someone who never crosses the line.
Huh. You've got sharp and beautiful eyes. I hope you'll never become the enemy of Krampus. And that when those eyes look at me again, they won't be filled with hostility, Miss Bell.
Miss Zhao, the Krampus member, turns and walks off with Damien in tow. She may have been small in stature, but her commanding presence nearly overshadowed the disheveled Damien beside her. Okay, let's head back to the tent and get some rest. Proxy. Proxy. It's not time to sleep yet. Came all this way with squad member C to invite you to our special nighttime operation. Special night op. Follow us and you'll see. Shh, move quietly and stay low, just like a sniper. Seed and Trigger quietly creep up behind Orphe and suddenly launch a surprise attack.
Soldier Orphe!
Soldier Orphe!
You two again? Now you have the proxy as an accomplice too?
Accomplice, I'm not a part of this.
You've got it all wrong, Orphe. I had no idea those two were planning to scare you.
Captain Magus is asleep. Don't wake her up. We should let her rest.
Is it time for the captain's self-diagnostics?
Is Orphe more worried about waking the captain or about the captain catching you secretly enjoying some prohibited items?
Excuse me. First of all, my concern for the captain is absolutely genuine. Second, the field manual doesn't list lemon-flavored chips under prohibited foods during deployment. I have every right to protest Captain Magus's executive decision to declare all snacks as prohibited.
Oh. Well, then why doesn't Orphe protest when the captain's actually awake?
I'm sure Orphe has her own reasons.
Anyway, if Orphe doesn't want us to tell the captain...
How about sharing some of those lemon chips with us?
Seed and Trigger are robbing me again!
Isn't this just a regular part of our night ops briefing?
The law doesn't punish the majority, Orphe.
Then, the proxy should also share the responsibility.
I'll take care of those lemon flavored chips. I can take the blame for the snacks.
A special mission to get rid of lemon-flavored chips? Count me in!
In the sea breeze of Wi-Fi Peninsula, you team up with Opal Squad to finish off the lemon-flavored chips. As night deepens, Seed and Trigger, who ambush Orphe, return to the squad's camp. Just as you're about to leave, Orphe calls out to you.
Proxy, there's something I need to talk to you about. It's about the captain.
About Magus? Go ahead, I'm listening.
Let me guess. It's something that you can only say when Captain Magus is asleep?
That's right. Proxy, I want to apologize on behalf of the captain for her bad attitude toward you during the mission. But there's a reason why the captain acted that way.
I trust you, Orphe, just like how you trust Magus.
I trust that you know the captain, Orphe. Otherwise, why would you trust her so much? Come to think of it, you and Magus make a pretty unique team. A soldier paired with an intelligent weapon construct.
An intelligent construct? No, the captain is more than that. Can I trust you, Proxy?
You can.
Like I said, just like you trust Captain Magus.
I'm just a gunner. A soldier, here to support Captain Magus. Orphe, you're being too hard on yourself again. You're special. You're one of a kind. That's how they would comfort me, if Captain Magus and the others were here. But no. I know that I'm not someone special. From the moment I was born, being a gunner has been my sole purpose and mission. In the disaster 11 years ago, New Eridu lost so much. It lost so many of its soldiers. The Defense Force's last remaining gemstone, Obsidian Division, also suffered heavy losses. At the time, the military had launched various research projects. Enhanced soldiers, cybernetic soldiers even. Cloned soldiers. It sounds brutal, doesn't it? But if it weren't for these cruel projects, Obsidian Division might never have lasted this long. I was also born at that time, cloned from a legendary soldier, and designed to aid that legendary soldier as an assistant. That legendary soldier's military code name was Magus.
Oh.
The soldier's original body has long been destroyed. All that remains now is a backup of her consciousness, or what you could call her soul, stored within the weapon. Even in death, she's still wielded as a weapon by the Defense Force. Though Captain Magus always says it's what she wanted, is it really a blessing or a curse? All things considered, I'm quite lucky. Selfish, even. I stole her body, her name. You could even say I stole her life. But Captain Magus has never cared about that. She'd just say to me, "Orphe, my life was far too boring. You should live your own life." I know the looks in my comrade's eyes often carry sympathy or pity, mockery, or even disgust. Still, I can't help but feel that I'm lucky. I met Captain Magus, I met Obel Squad, and even crossed paths with someone as strong and interesting as you, Proxy. I know there's nothing special about the way I was born, but you all keep telling me, "Orphe, you're being too hard on yourself again. You're special. You're one of a kind." Yet, the cold glass tanks, the tasteless nutrient fluids, those eyes filled with sympathy, pity, mockery, or disgust, they all proved one thing. I'm nothing special. They all told me I'm just a pathetic, tragic person. But you all keep telling me over and over again, "You're one of a kind, Orphe." I can leave those glass tanks in the past. I just don't want to let your expectations down. Rather than those cold, lifeless glass tanks, I want the warmth of Captain Magus. I'd rather have my noisy Obel Squad and you, the cool Proxy. Our pasts, whether it's mine or Captain Magus's, are not what define us. Although Captain Magus often jokingly calls you the villain, that's all just talk. Our pasts are not what define us. Instead, it's up to us to determine our destinations. As a Proxy, you'll lead us to the right place. I believe in you, Proxy.
After a brief signal disruption, communication with the HDD is re-established. How are the calculations going, Fairy? Have you found the exact coordinates of the blind spot?
Barry, have you finished calculating the exact coordinates of the blind spot in Lemnian Hollow's most active area?
Affirmative. HDD data sync complete. Transmitting coordinate data to EOS's Carrot module now.
Oh, Belle, finally. The exact coordinates are now locked in. The next step is to move out with Obel Squad and take them out in one strike.
Unexpected challenge. Looks like we'll need to find help elsewhere.
Negative. Lorenz's forces have currently halted all further operations, so Obel Squad is unauthorized to act without orders. Could you send a message to Ishu and Shifu? Actually, scratch that. Better send it to Senior Fufu instead. Shifu never replies to messages. Just say, "Junior Bell needs your help. It's urgent. Please ask Ishu and Shifu to come to the rescue. P.S. Don't let the Defense Force find out."
Poor Junior Bell is suffering cruel mistreatment at the hands of the Defense Force. It's urgent. Come rescue her immediately. P.S. Keep a low profile and avoid any clashes with the Defense Force.
Are you exaggerating things?
Aren't you over-exaggerating a bit?
This concerns the safety of Waifei Peninsula. A little exaggeration won't hurt, right?
All we can do now is wait for help from Yunkoi Summit.
All we can do now is pray that Yunquay Summit sends help soon. Who knows what kind of mess the Exaltists might be stirring up in the Hollow, while Lorenz is basking in the limelight. There's no time to waste. I'm logging off now.
Just as you're about to fall asleep, the familiar chirping breaks your peaceful slumber again. Is that Shifu's Chingming bird? Your vision suddenly dims, but strangely you don't feel afraid. When you come to your senses, you're already being carried up high in the air by bird talons. Your body feels weightless like a feather drifting in the air one moment, then heavy like a stone sinking in a lake next. By the time you come back to your senses, you've already arrived. Is this Swabian Temple?
I think I just had a dream. Am I dreaming? Or is this really Swabian Temple?
My disciple. Fufu told me poor Junior Bell is suffering cruel mistreatment at the hands of the Defense Force. It's urgent. And that I need to stay low and avoid any clashes with them.
Word for word! The message came straight from Junior Bell's brother!
By the way, I'm here too.
Someone's messing with our junior out there. That's the last straw. Shifu, it's time we step in and get an explanation, don't you think?
What do you mean by step in? Junior Bell just looks a little dazed, that's all. I don't see any signs of cruel mistreatment.
Taito, welcome in. How are you doing today? We're just going through the ZZZ 2.2 story. Was it Ishuan's Shifu's technique?
Did Ishun Shifu use a technique to bring me to Swabian Temple?
Seems you're finally catching on now.
Your safety, of course, is our highest priority. But given how you contacted us in such a rush, I assume you've run into some trouble with the military?
Come on, Junior Bell! What happened out there that made you call Shifu for help? Don't worry, you can tell us. We're all here for you.
That's right. All your seniors are here.
You lay out the intel calculated by Fairy, along with all accompanying suspicions and speculations for everyone.
Cunning as always. Certainly sounds like the Exaltists.
If the Defense Force can't deal with those scoundrels, then we will. When do we set out, Shifu?
No need to be hasty. Let Junior Bell get some proper rest first.
Alright, catch up with everyone at Yunkoi Summit. So got your senior sister waiting for you up on the mountain. Can't have you getting kidnapped before you see her. Woohoo. Keep having these unsettling dreams lately, like something bad is about to happen. Whenever I'm on missions in miasma-dense areas, I always hear these whispers. I'm a bit worried about you, and about your senior sister, my sister. It's not corruption symptoms, is it, senior? Have the recent missions been too much? If so, let me help share the load. Don't worry so much. The sky could fall and Shifu would handle it. We'll be okay. You're right. We've still got Shifu. But yeah, how you doing today, Daito? How's your weekend been? Let's talk to Wise. Those had to endure more than her share on this job. Senior sister's the best. Proxy without their senior sister is nothing. Those damn soldiers. How dare they lock up my junior? You explained to Shifu in detail about the obscura found in Wi-Fi Peninsula and the potential Exaltus bases hidden in the Hollow. The lives of Wi-Fi Peninsula citizens are at stake. It can't be taken lightly. If the Defense Force refuses to step in, then Yunkoi Summit will have no choice but to break the rules of the engagement and take action. But now that there are threats both inside and outside of the Hollow, and with so few disciples left at Swabian Temple, we might need some reinforcements. Bring in the cavalry. Before Ishuan can finish speaking, an angry shout from outside cuts her off.
Hand over the proxy!
Uh-oh. The poor temple gate couldn't withstand the force of the uninvited guests. It creaked open and let them into the courtyard. Oh no. It was nice how yours very busy. Like I'm still tired
I was
from yesterday.
wondering who would break into Swabian Temple in the middle of the night. Turns out it's soldiers from the Defense Force. Please be aware that although Phylum Heights is under military control, soldiers have no right to enter private residences without permission. And my temple isn't exactly a place where anyone can just come and go as they please.
What's all this rambling?
I think what this lady means, Captain, is that you barged into someone's home in the middle of the night and caused a big ruckus. And now she's ready to give you a beating.
Give me a beating?
Seed Senior said that if this lady is going to beat you up, he probably won't be able to stop her.
Even with all the Obsidian troops of Wi-Fi Peninsula's support, you probably still couldn't stop me.
Dang.
High Preceptor Ishwan, this unannounced visit is not meant as a provocation. The person behind you, Bathan, is currently under our protection.
Under your protection? You mean the mayor's envoy whose freedom is now being restricted?
The temporary restriction on the Proxy's movement is both to protect military secrets and to ensure the Proxy's safety.
No matter how you look at it, my disciple is safest under my protection.
Please hear me out, you two.
Listen, you two. There's something more urgent to deal with than my safety.
Proxy, are you okay?
Oh, so the Proxy wasn't kidnapped by Yunquei Summit.
Apologies. This is my mistake. I thought it was the city authorities who took the Proxy away, trying to extract military information.
I've never cared about military secrets, only about the safety of my disciples and the well-being of New Eridu.
Well then, Proxy, if you went so far as to defy military orders to contact Yunquei Summit, I trust you must have had a good reason.
Once again, you lay out the current intel and situation for both parties.
You mean you're absolutely certain that the Exaltus still have a real stronghold hidden somewhere in the Hollow?
Can't say that I'm absolutely certain, but even the slightest chance of such a risk can't be ignored.
I can't say I'm completely certain. Not until I enter the Hollow myself and reach those coordinates. But as Guardians of New Eridu, shouldn't Yunquei Summit and the Defense Force investigate, even if there's only the slightest chance of danger?
Belle, I just received an alert from Fairy.
According to real-time Hollow monitoring data, ether activity is rising across the entire Lemnian Hollow. Warning, ether activity across Lemnian Hollow is approaching record-high levels. Warning, at the current rate of Hollow expansion, there is a 17.2% chance that Lemnian Hollow will breach the Zenless limit within 1,026 hours.
What's that?
What's that
You
voice
mentioned
assistant
Zenless.
rambling about this time?
Basically, she's saying that if left unchecked, the Hollow might just go boom.
About the image of Bangbu in the military. About the intel from earlier.
The Exaltists in charge of miasma research mentioned experiments on large-scale miasma activation. I suspect they're preparing for what they call the final sacrifice. Based on the intelligence and mission results we've seen, the Exaltists control most of the miasma-rich areas in Lemnian Hollow. They've also mastered the technology to manipulate the unique ether. The current rise in ether activity throughout the Hollow is probably connected to the Exaltists' operations.
Oh, thank you for the hydrate.
If your theory is true, then this currently undiscovered Exaltus base will likely become the central hub for their final sacrifice.
And therein lies our solution.
Exactly. But if we can take out their hidden base, the sacrifice ritual won't happen, and the Hollow's rising activity will be back under control.
How do you manage to sigh with a mechanical throat like that?
Although I tried to ignore some of the seemingly fabricated technical terms, you still managed to lose me. So essentially, we head in, confirm whether any Exaltist rats are still stirring up trouble, and if they are, we wipe them out. That should eliminate the threat, right?
Wow, Captain Magus. You actually understood everything this time. Amazing.
Then let's move out. Obel Squad will personally eliminate the looming shadow that threatens White Peninsula.
But Captain Magus, weren't you just saying an hour ago that military orders must never be disobeyed?
Disobeying orders? Hardly. We were chasing after Phaethon, who fled all the way into the Hollow with classified military intel.
Captain Magus, your
well done.
enthusiasm is truly moving. But you could have just left it to Yunquay Summit.
It's our duty as the Defense Force to wipe out the Exaltists. If our superior officers have failed in that duty, then I'll take responsibility myself. Besides, the Obscura still haven't been fully examined. If a sacrifice really did emerge from the boxes, then Defense Force soldiers, and even civilians, would pay dearly.
I understand. My disciples and I will remain on standby at Phylum Heights and fulfill our duty to protect this place.
Still have your my water bottle is from Lark, so it's rechargeable and it has a UVC light in the cap that sterilizes the water on the inside. It also has an active carbon filter as well. So it's from Lark. This is the Lark Pure Biz 2, not sponsored.
In that case, the attack plan and the operation start time need to be decided ASAP.
Deploying all of Obel's squad would draw too much attention. We'll need to wait for the right moment. Let's regroup and launch the operation first thing tomorrow morning. All members of the Obel squad, return to base and get some rest.
Yes, Captain Magus.
Tomorrow's probably going to be a long day.
Alright, so end of part 2. It's probably a good time to stop for today, and we can continue this tomorrow. Let me see how many pulls on that today. So we have 1 plus 22, so 23. 35, 135. Plus 168. 135 plus 168. That's 303. That means your water can't have water babies. I'm so sorry. That's true, I guess. Alright, so we have 303 polls in ZZZ. I should probably use up my battery.
Bear witness to the noble principles of the Timefield family. My blade is already sheathed. Evade. Waste of time. Yep. Surrender.
Boom. And she's so good. Our gamer, welcome in. Baldur. Whatever one that Kaizen doesn't choose. Okay. How are you doing today? We got through 2 parts of the 2.2 story. We'll do the rest tomorrow, but we're just kind of using up our battery at this point. There are 2, so one of them he cannot choose. That is true.
It's over. Resistance is futile.
What if showed off the new Fear, but Horseweek was the last one? Yeah. No worries, no worries. They come around every couple weeks.
Out of my way!
Oh, hey, Shock, welcome in. How are you today? Because his birthday is this Tuesday, 25. Oh, nice. Tuesday we're doing probably Star Rail, maybe a little bit of Genshin.
Resistance is futile. There's no time to lose. It's over.
You got Charlotte on my main. Oh, congrats. Are you planning on building them or no? Alright. Is your first Charlotte on your main? Yeah, it took me a while to get the original OG Charlotte. Alright, let's keep going. We're looking for Chaos Jazz. It'd be funny if Kaizen says the same thing. So my Hilda plushie says hello. Hello, hello. Alright, keep going. You can squeeze in one more, it looks like. Alright.
Resistance is futile. Wait.
Alright.
My blade is already sheathed. Press forward.
I haven't been getting 5-star chaos jazz. Alright, I think we're gonna wrap up, guys. How many pulls? Oh, we already counted, yeah. Alright. Chat, thanks for hanging out today. We'll continue tomorrow and hopefully finish the story tomorrow. If we have time, we'll also try and do the drink mixing event in Star Rail. Otherwise, we'll do that for Tuesday. Alright, if you guys are still here and want to help join the raid, follow the Hiya Papayas. If you're not subbed, redeem your points. If you're not subbed but have channel points, you redeem those points for the Hildebonk emote. You can use the old subraid command. And if you're not subbed and don't have channel points, you can use the regular raid command. As usual, follow on social media, join the Discord. Again, tomorrow we're going to finish this 2.2 story. If we have time, we'll start the drink mixing event in Star Rail. Otherwise, we'll do that Tuesday. We'll do our dailies, open the game for not starting Not Try story until Wednesday, though. Alright. I'm going to get some rest. You guys have a good night. Thanks for hanging out today. I'm gonna get some sleep. You guys have a good one. Bye, guys.